evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this Howling About Entertainment for February 28th, 2021. I don't know about you guys, but I am a little fired up this week. There has been just some crazy shit going on, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun to talk about it. But before we get into that, guys, let's do quick introductions of the panel. Fenrir, the Ice Wolf, say hello to
Greetings
the folks.
to you all. Greetings to you all in the chat. We're going to speak about a lot of bullshit tonight.
Yes, we are. And you know him. He is your local Egyptian god from the north, Lord Thoth.
Hail, everybody. Great to see you here tonight. We're here to talk about truth, justice, in the Canadian way, I think.
Okay. shout out to North Michigan.
Isn't that actually Alpha Squad's words?
Alpha Flight.
There you go. And you guys know him. You love him. He breathes fire with his blonde hair. Draco Argentis.
God help you. You really don't want that. You don't ever want that. You don't want the fucking fire. I have to burn it with fire. It's always charred and black afterwards. And, well, that just makes that, I mean, that's just.
And our local crime fighter, the vigilante with a mission, Vigilante Williamson.
I don't know what the mission is. I don't know. I'm a culture crime fighter with Matt on Five Ball Productions on Wednesdays. Vigilante Williamson here with another episode Howling About Entertainment. I'm happy to be here. And we have some hot takes, some cold takes, some lukewarm takes. All sorts of takes for you.
Oh, dude, there'll be plenty of takes, including takeout. Why not? Yeah. Let's say a quick hello to the chat, see who is here and with us. We have got Robert. Hail to you, sir. Always good to have you. Just another red shirt. Good to see you. Good to see you. All right. Robert says that, hey, the Outriders demo is pretty good. Well, hey, FYI to you gamers out there.
I've been thinking about that one because it does look pretty. It looks like Gears of War, which is good enough for me.
Well, that's a good enough endorsement for me right there.
Yeah.
Hey, and it is the man from the future out there in Europe, Alex, who pities me because I'm completely unable to pronounce his name properly. Good to see you, Alex. How are you, sir?
Vidikovic.
Is that the
he dies? No, I don't know if that's the right way.
I've tried.
Stop trying.
He keeps telling us not to try because we keep fucking it up.
I would eventually get it right, but I'm not going to try. I'm not going to go through all of the steps to get it right.
Yeah.
Well, we got streaming.
Yeah,
to
he
do.
still lives in the free world, Eastern Europe.
Okay, I can find a German guy trying to tell me how that name goes.
If someone was wrong on the internet, well, I'm glad that you corrected him, Alex. That is what to do, my
Close
friend.
Enough.
All right. See who else we got with us. Sentient Dildo. How are you, sir? It is good to have you. Good to have you. I enjoyed your cameo on the BBC, my friend. That was always a good time. And Rajesh Taylor. Rajesh and I are going to be doing a stream here pretty soon. We're going to cover some movies just for fun. And I was thinking, we haven't settled on a topic yet, but I was thinking maybe going over some good old Mel Brooks movies. I think that'd be a lot of fun. Yes. Yeah. Particularly because they are highly offensive to today's modern snowflake.
I'm thinking about doing some retro stuff as well. I think that's where.
Yes.
I really want to get the exact wording.
Hey, good you talk about Mel Brooks movies because I'm like right now I'm watching that old Frankenstein Jr. movie. Was that the right name?
Young Frankenstein, yes. Oh, that's a good
Young
one.
Frankenstein.
Frankenstein. Yeah.
I can only think. You know what? The first thing is Rolling in the Hay, and I don't think it has anything to do with comedy. I don't think that has anything to do with anything else with being a toxic male. But like that's the first thing is Rolling in the Hay because I want to roll in the hay with her.
There you go, man. Another Monster's here. Y'all can relax. Another Monster's here. Man of War, Neighbor of the Beast. Good to see ya. Yes, and of course it is March where our
happy March.
Yes. It is coming up, brother.
Yeah, we're stuck in February.
We definitely are. Keck44, hail to you, sir. Good to see you. Small time. Glad to have you here. Good to see you in the chat. Glad you made it to the stream, brother. Ace Mr. Freeze, busy in the kitchen, but hey, if you can make it in, by God, you've got the link, my friend. And Giovanna Dutlick. Don't even try.
Giovanna Dutlick. Sorry, I had to try. You told me not to, and I had to.
Pretty much. Dracula Dead and Loving It. Yeah. Yep. That was a good one. Oh, yeah. Mel Brooks is just good stuff all around, everybody. And Mary G. Good to see you. Oh, and Robert's in just in time before all these woke companies ditch their Black History Month.
Cannot wait until they do that.
Oh, man. Dude, guys, it has been a busy week. And I wanted to open up chatting first about what I think is probably the funniest story in entertainment that we got this week. Namely, the man, the myth, the sparkly Battinson was apparently scoring himself. Allegedly was scoring himself some Catwoman on the hood of the Batmobile.
Now, who wouldn't do that? Come on.
Exactly. It's literally worth everything, including the potential child support for allegedly getting her pregnant. You can look at your son. How cool would that be to be the kid conceived that way? You can look at your son. You were conceived
to everybody
greatness.
but the child.
So, do you name that kid Robin? Like, regardless, male, female, whatever it is, that kid is named Robin, right?
Yeah. Right.
Let's be honest.
Or Batcat.
What man in this world would not dream about having sex with his girl on the top of a Batmobile?
Were they in
Especially when
costume?
she's
That's
playing
my question.
Catwoman.
Was there some cosplay love going on?
Was it like right? That would be great if it was like right after the shoot and they were in costume and stripped costume. Like,
I can see it now. He's like, okay, wait, Catwoman, wait, women. I think I've got a bat condom here in my belt. Just a sec.
Isn't that the key to the chemistry between the characters?
It's pretty much your bat. That's the real Invincible.
Yeah, so I mean, the story goes that it was the day after they shut down shooting again because apparently they can't keep this fucking production going. And so Pattinson and Kravitz, they're still on the set. And now what's really, really fun about this particular rumor, most of y'all probably aren't aware of this, but Zoe Kravitz is still married to somebody who is not Robert Pattinson. Okay.
Well, yeah, that invisible bat condom, as Ace Mr. Freeze says.
Let's not forget, when this is over, if she does divorce that guy, we're pretty much probably going to see a Trident Point wedding going on.
Indeed. Oh, you're right. It's a fair point, Another Monster. Perhaps this should be Damien. That's a good call out.
That's
man.
Talia and Bruce, not Selena. Is it Helena? Helena, if it's a girl.
Well, son of Bruce, regardless.
Oh no, I think he is the son of Bruce. You know, you're right. I think there is a version where he's the son of.
There's
Selena.
a Damian Wayne.
Let's not forget that.
In the Batman Brave and the Bold, the cartoon, there was that version of him.
Yes, the invisible bat condom. Yeah, apparently he did wear the invisible one because so shooting is off because they can't seem to keep
his shooting was on.
And they thought they were the only ones left on the set because everybody had gone home because apparently people broke a bunch of COVID rules and they couldn't keep their shit together and keep their masks on. And apparently
Matt walks in.
Apparently Pattinson, not only could he not keep his mask on, he also couldn't keep his pants on. And then the director, Matt Reeves, walks in and apparently interrupted Pattinson and Kravitz on the hood of the Batmobile.
I wonder though. Let's be honest. She's a hot woman and the guy's okay. Wonder if he actually stopped them right away or did he stop to watch it for a couple of minutes?
Exactly. I don't even stop them because you can't. I'm the type of person, if I was in your shoes, if I would do the same thing, I tend not to judge you. There's not
Isn't that why
alive who wouldn't do the same thing.
Isn't that why cameras were invented for our cell phones, man? Why would you interrupt them? Just videotape the whole thing and sell it on at the hub.
Go to the hub, yeah. Going to the hub live, man. Mr. Freeze calls it out.
He's the director he'd watch.
And cut.
Yeah. I mean, this is just the craziest shit. I mean, this
I hope
rumor.
it's true.
I
I
hope
really
it's
do.
true.
It is true. There's no way that's a bigger rumor without it being true. I mean, come on.
Yeah, it's getting reported too many places now. At first, it was a small thing, but it's
I'm
starting
sorry,
to.
but have we ever heard more controversy and chaos coming from any other movie production out of Battinson's movie?
Oh my goodness!
Well, I
This is
believe
like-
this is full of shit now, and that's proven now because now you got Pattinson making it with Catwoman on the hood of the Batmobile. After he already said he's running me ragged, he's making me all tired out and stuff. After I wouldn't get fit for the production, but I still got enough energy to bone the girl.
Yeah, I mean, let's roll back about 9 months, right? So lockdown hits the world. Everything has to stop. And so Battinson is stuck in his apartment in the UK and bitching about it. And he's got nothing to do. He can't go out. He can't go eat at fancy restaurants. He can't go get wasted at the pub. So he's got plenty of time to do shit like get fucking yoked to play Batman. And so
Yeah.
what did he do, Thoth? Do you remember?
I actually remember what
A
he did.
bunch of weird pictures he
Actually,
did.
I have an angel's advocate for this.
He took pictures of himself eating cereal, doing stupid, unnecessary shit. How he's gonna be the worst Batman ever. I'm sorry. That's just the truth.
Agreed.
George
Scarves
Clooney.
around his sports jacket. Taking fucked up
The,
style
Yeah, it was
pictures.
Instagram stuff. Yeah.
the one thing the son of a bitch didn't do was lift a fucking weight. Like he couldn't find his way to a bench press or a leg press or, you know, even to some exercise bands. So
Yeah.
by the time Homeboy comes out of lockdown, he's looking fucking emaciated. And this is supposed to be Batman, for God's sake.
I mean, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? This is Batman, a legendary character that every single one who's ever played it, except Adam West, had to get insanely ripped beyond human condition.
Well, Michael Keaton wasn't in great super shape. You know what I mean? And he was in good shape though. He was in solid shape because there's that scene where he's upside down. You see he put in some work. He definitely did nothing. He didn't do nothing like this guy. So I'll play slight angel's advocate to Robert Pattinson as far as his comments, because I do remember when he said his comments, he said he didn't feel like he had to be this ripped guy. I can't remember specifically, and to a certain extent, I understand the idea of
Devil's advocate. I seem to recall him talking about that supporting patriarchy.
Oh yeah, that was the stupid part. But like that part I don't get. That part,
That
is
part was the
just
stupid part. That
You
was
were
the
going to
dumb
let
part.
that go?
No,
B-Dub, you
I
were
just
going to
want
let that go?
No, I forgot about the patriarchy part. I was just focused on the idea, like,
Okay,
I
he's
get
back
not
on the
wanting to-
rails, man. He's back on the rails.
I mean, yeah.
I forgot it. I just wanted to just give the point, like, okay, I understand somebody not necessarily wanting to use like Jason Momoa, the way Chris Hemsworth got big. I'm not sure everybody wants to go on the Hulk Hogan diet. I get that, but you can still train other ways. You can still get into a good shape without having to be
Basic
super
level of
steroid guy.
fitness, yeah.
Basic
Yeah.
level of fitness, yeah.
Hey, Ironcaster, welcome to the stream,
Hell,
my
Ironcaster.
friend.
Hey,
You give him
Ironcaster.
just
Hell,
good
the
stream.
Iron
So
Cast.
do you think while he was trapped in lockdown with Zoe Kravitz, Pattinson was able to eat out a little bit? What do you think, Ironcaster?
A little bit.
Oh,
Excellent introduction.
I'm guessing they had some Chinese.
I will
runner.
say, so I'm going to also be an angel advocate here and say something that I really don't care what he mouths off about and says. You have to look the part, one. That's the thing. That's what's most important. You got the dark hair. You've got that rich kind of man look. He's got to play Bruce Wayne. He really doesn't have to play Batman. You throw him a muscle suit on him. You make him look big. You put him in the
gotta look
armor.
like
You
dead,
give him
though.
the gadgets. That's fine. But you've got to look. You have to have the face of Bruce Wayne. And if he's a little scrawny, you throw a suit on him. You put some padding under the suit. Like he's not taking a shirt off, right? Because he's not built.
In the beginning, I was actually okay with Pattinson because, listen, man, he's going to play Bruce on his beginnings, a young one, but we still cannot think. He may be young, but this is Bruce who's trained all over the world, who's trained with the freaking League of Assassins, a shit ton of kung fu martial artist masters. He is in perfect shape beyond his age.
He's
But
Literally.
that doesn't
MMA
necessarily
body.
mean six-pack and muscles like The Rock. I
No.
know,
Yeah,
as a
yeah.
martial artist myself, and a guy who trains, and considering what I do for a living, there is
It has
very few of us that are like six-pack with big, huge muscles. We are lithe and strong, and we're,
Yeah,
you know, we have
it's
we have
advantage of martial
definition.
I
But
mean,
you don't have to be like super.
think Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee was never yoked, but he was wiry and
Exactly.
he was
That's
he
the
was
perfect
strong. And you know,
Chuck
the dude,
Norris. Look at Chuck Norris.
Chuck Norris,
Chuck
another one.
Norris was never yoked.
Just
Agreed.
yeah. They look like
martial
fighters
arts-
though.
They do
Martial
look
arts
like
has-
fighters.
But let me tell you,
Martial
they're
arts
going to
do
kick
have
your
big-
ass.
Absolutely.
Yeah, martial arts has absolutely nothing to do with how big you are, how muscly strong you are. But this is
Yeah.
freaking Wayne. He literally did it the same way because he didn't fucking care.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Batman wasn't really drawn
Yeah.
like that for most of his comic book history.
yeah.
He wasn't
back-
drawn with the six-pack and the huge muscles. It's
Yeah,
just
back-
the reason he was so effective was fear. That's what
Yeah.
he. Well, I mean, there are not. Let's get past the West Batman.
He said criminals are a cowardly lot.
Yep.
Cowardly and superficial.
Yeah.
lot.
You use the shadows against them. You have the armor, you can have the Kevlar suit and stuff, but you don't have to be yoked now.
That's what I fucking hate the most about modern Batman. They always give him a fucking suit or armor. He was more impressive when he just used a normal suit and just started beating the
Right.
shit out of with fucking guns. Because again, a normal guy
I mean,
who literally goes against any form of human limit every
Pattinson's
day.
got the chin, but Pattinson's got the chin. Like, I don't see him as Bruce Wayne, and I hated that casting. But at least in the suit, he doesn't look bad. I'm not saying he looks great. Yeah, he's got the chin.
he looks too emaciated. That's the problem, right?
He
When you
looks
see
like
him
something's wrong
as
with him.
Bruce, when you see him as Bruce, and we've seen 2 pictures of him without the cowl, without the thing off, and he doesn't look as healthy in the face as he should, especially for someone wiry, for someone with inner strength, someone who is taking it. They're going like, I mean, to my image recognition, he's looking like he's goth emo child man.
Yes. Yeah,
Emo is a
absolutely.
good, perfect term there. Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. And I mean, listen, like we were just saying about the muscles, I think actually, if I'm correct, like fighting like super ripped is a disadvantage because you need a little bit of fat to like be able to have the energy to fight. If I'm correct, because a lot of times muscle guys get knocked out in MMA.
And
Unless
in
you're-
the same preview, we get the image of him pounding on the guy repeatedly. That at least is acting the part, as
And that was
Thoth
the probably-
brought up.
Yeah, that
Most
is
talked
why,
about part.
yeah, that's why I always dislike the fact that people say that it's impossible for the Robins to actually be successful in crime fighting because they're too small. But it actually makes sense.
Like Conor
The smaller you
McGregor
are,
is
the more
5'7",
difficulties you
5'8".
Yeah, VW.
Yeah.
That's a good point. You need some energy to burn. You need to have good
Yeah.
cardio. Boxers are a good example of that. You get the lower tier boxers. They're not as
Yeah.
cut as the big boys, right? The big boys are just pounding each other until one goes down. But the
Yeah.
lower tier wrestling, UFC, those kind of fighters, yeah, they're in great shape because they have like no body fat. But you want endurance, you want cardio, you want to be able to, quick strikes, be able to move fast. That's what you're going to be. And I think that a Batman would be more effective if he's quick, strong, yeah, but with the big cardio because he's going to be going at it every night.
Yeah. Now, guys,
Yeah.
I think Sentient Dildo has identified the root cause of all the problems with the Batman filming. So, isn't Batman the reason we got COVID in the first place?
Oh,
That's the theory.
I don't know if you're allowed to say that there if they stop caring about that. So why I was like, oh, you can't say this. You can't make the implication.
I think he's correctly identified why this. That's got to be what the problem is right there. This is all Battinson's fault to begin with.
Yeah.
I mean,
And you know what? I really hope I'm wrong. I hope this is a good movie.
It's
Look,
not a
Batman
good
is
movie.
look, Batman's
It's not going to be a good movie.
Give me hope.
look, Batman's dark, but they're trying to make him into some kind of emo dude.
Yeah, I mean this is just so not.
I legit
There's-
forgot about
I mean,
the
even
There's a
in public,
mixture.
I
I was
mean,
playing in my head.
I mean,
what do
even
you
in
guys think
public,
doing the soundtrack?
I mean, even in public, I smile a lot to keep face. because Batman never smiles. And when he does the shit he does, like in their playboy, always in the party, smiling all the time, it really does not make you believe that this guy goes out at night and beats the living shit out of people.
Nope. No,
You know what gets me upset? You know what gets me upset? I'm just going to say something quick. We had 3 great castings of the big DC trilogy or Trinity here for the Justice League movies.
We did.
We had an awesome Superman. We had an awesome Batman, and we had an awesome Wonder Woman. Those 3 were perfect castings. I like Ben Affleck. I like Henry Cavill. Love Gal Gadot.
Look, I really think they should have first began the whole universe with just the Trinity, about 3 or 5 movies about them each, just literally the Trinity. Then they could bring anything else with the League and all that.
Well, you're looking at the Marvel side of things, and you look at how they built that massive billion-dollar film industry there. That what they did was started a little bit at a time, and you built into it. By trying to throw everything at them all at once, it just people went, well, we haven't gotten connected to these characters yet. That was the problem. And throwing Pattinson in is the audience they're targeting with Pattinson.
Hey, don't worry, guys. I fixed it.
Twilight Moms. you fixed it, Ironcaster? How'd you fix this?
Share my screen.
Oh, yes.
Look, I don't want to sound pretentious, but I can.
There we go.
Oh.
Hey, Twilight Moms may come out for this guy.
Look, you know, muscles.
They come out for Aquaman. They came out for Aquaman.
They do come out for Aquaman.
They did. The Twilight Moms definitely came out for Aquaman. I mean, do you think that was really what was behind the casting of Battinson?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because there's a rumor that there was another casting that the director wanted, and the studio said no, they want Battinson. So another guy looked but to be fair, the other guy had a similar build. He was still kind of a smaller guy.
Yeah.
And so that's definitely what they're going for.
I bet he would have lifted a shake weight during lockdown, though.
He probably, because he was he was also a younger actor and less established, so he would have did whatever the hell he
We
wanted.
could have gone for the young Bruce Wayne would have fit.
Hey, but those Twilight Moms back in the day, back when they were getting conceived with their kids, they remember this guy. So,
those Twilight Moms.
I believe
those Twilight
this
Moms
is it.
became the 50 Shades of Grey moms, right? So they
did.
Nice.
50 Shades of Grey moms are now.
Mr. Films nailed it, man. Just like Battinson. The Twilight fangirl came for Battinson. That's why this happened.
Coincidentally, they're also swinging for the crazy cat lady demographic with it as well.
Crazy
Absolutely.
cat lady.
He's not joking, even though he's joking. They are going for that demographic.
I thought that's what they were after with Wonder Woman 84.
Yeah, especially with the male grape.
With Kristen Wiig.
I'm sorry, everybody. I really can't do a couple of nights in a row where I'm talking about draping. So Jake D will kick me off here, I think.
as long as you qualify the statement,
grapes.
that's all.
Creative draping. Wasn't that it? Creative draping?
Creative graping, yes. See, regular women went for Aquaman, yeah. That's true, Alex. But
that's a good example, actually.
Yes,
Pattinson attracts the Karens that love soy.
Ignore all the Hollywood politics of the world. A woman will always go after the Jason Momoas of the world as long as they have 6 packs. They will not go watch a soy guy who barely has muscles. They will.
They've been going after him ever since I was calling them Ronins. So this is a foregone conclusion for me.
My wife is a Hemsworth fan, and she hated Endgame for one very important reason: Fat Thor. She hated that. And now, every time I say, "Hey, let's watch a superhero movie," she says, "Nah, I'm done with that."
And the original plan was that he stopped being fat the second he had both the hammers on his hand, but that was cut off because it would be a bad sign for fat positivity.
Really?
Is that really?
No shit.
Listen, as a fat F myself, I say ain't nobody positive about my fat ass. I need to lose weight.
I'm positive.
But you're the realist. You're the realist, V-Dub.
Same thing.
Oh, Lordy.
Matter of fact, that is positivity because you accept it and you don't look down on yourself because of it. That's real positive.
That's really what fat acceptance should be. Hey, I'm fat. I need to lose weight, and I'm gonna at least try to work towards it. And when I fuck up, say, "Hey, I fucked up." I should
Fat Steven is definitely greater than Fat Thor. I agree, Senshin.
Indeed.
Absolutely.
Hail Fat Steven Seagal.
And good Canadian brother too, by the way.
Fat positivity, cholesterol plus.
Yeah.
I haven't seen anything on Steven Seagal in a long time.
He'll always be Casey from Under Siege to me.
Is he even alive?
Oh yeah,
Yes,
I think
he
so.
is. I think
Why
he's in
isn't he
Korea.
doing the Nick Cage thing?
Oh man! Now, what's better though? Like, so not only did Reeves catch Battinson and Kravitz in the act, I mean, the Batcat was going on, but about 6 weeks later, she filed for divorce, and apparently she's knocked up.
Oh,
Yes.
I didn't know
ding,
about the
ding,
divorce
ding.
part.
Bat baby.
Yeah, it's just,
That's the coolest conception. Like, if you were that kid, like, would you feel it's cool or like weird that that's your conception?
I mean, let's be honest. This kid,
You're gonna
probably,
be rich.
So if his parents don't get married, then he'll probably see himself as some kind of Damian fucking Wayne because he was literally made on top of a freaking Batmobile.
Yeah, I was
That's
about to ask.
the coolest.
So, what do you think the kid's gonna be named?
I
See,
mean,
I'm-
Damien or Robin.
I like
Damien,
Robin.
or Helena.
Robin can roll for either gender, right? If it's a dude, if it's a girl, Robin's gonna work. You know, if it's some
Robin
kind of
works.
confused, doesn't
Or
know
just
what
call
it
him
is, Robin still works. You know, it's kind of like it's
Or just
Pat.
call-
It can go either way.
Or just call him Batmobile.
Batmobile.
You could call him
Robin Batmobile Pattinson.
You could call him Dick Grayson, or you could call him Barbara Gordon there. So you could call him Babs, or you could call him Dick.
Or Jason.
Selena.
John.
Jason.
Ja-
It's a lot of good names.
There's another
You could
one.
call him, yeah, you could call him Commissioner.
Yeah.
Or just Gordon. Or just little Gordon.
Yeah, you can call him Gordon.
They're gonna bring back
Jaffo
Alfred.
says Robin isn't non-binary enough. Yeah.
Well, if Robin isn't non-binary enough, how do you get more non-binary than Robin or Pat or like
Nothing's ever good enough
Jesse?
for those bastards.
Jesse's like that doesn't
Jesse,
work
that
well.
works. Yeah, Jesse. So women can love any good man regardless of looks, but to sell a fantasy, Fat Thor doesn't cut it, brothers. What would you think of a fat Gal Gadot? Yeah, okay.
Depends on how it's her
Fair
frank.
point.
Because if she's
No, I don't
If
want
she
that image in my
fat
eyes.
or thick, there's two different things.
Oh,
That's
I
true.
think if we're going for
You know,
it, in this
If baby's
discussion,
got back,
it's fat.
yeah, if baby's got back, absolutely.
Like if Gal Gadot, she's skinny enough to gain like 30, 40 pounds and still be cool. But like 70, nah, I don't know about that.
Yeah, and you know, like Gina is kind
Yeah.
of to the limit of thick, right?
Yeah,
Any bigger and she starts getting fat, but like where she is right now, she still looks good.
yeah.
Yeah.
And Sentient Dildo, Robin on the hood, stop being racist.
Robin on the hood.
Well, he didn't say Robin in the hood.
Yeah, I know. I'm being stop being such an istaphobe. Sentient
There we go.
Dildo.
Red car hood, yeah.
Red car.
Oh yeah,
There you go.
Robin's about race
Ace-
swappings.
Ace won't even think of fat Gal Gadot. Yeah.
Yes, please don't put that idea
If
in
she
our
got up
mind
to
ever
Gina
again.
size, it would be cool. But if she gained like 70, no, that's not gonna work.
Yeah, thick
Think
Gadot,
of-
that's
yeah.
okay. Yeah, yeah.
Picking up a little, it'll be all
Oh
right.
yeah.
Nightmare. It's just a freaking nightmare.
We're gonna go,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Mary means fat, not thick. Yeah.
Yes.
we're gonna be going into
I
that.
think that was her point.
Yeah, it's the same thing. Hey,
We're
and
gonna
you
go
know
into the
what?
Snyder
It's not-
cut, and in the Snyder cut, we're gonna cut to Wonder Woman, and she's fat. It is the nightmare.
Man, you know, I was having the same discussion about Amber Turk, who's apparently got fired not for cutting off a man's finger, not for crapping in his bed, for getting too freaking fat.
She got
And I
jumped.
said this was valid because all she is her hotness, so she cannot afford to be anything but perfect body because she's too
Image.
annoying, too much trouble to not be hot.
All image.
You can shit in a man's bed, but don't you dare eat a Snickers.
Well, she learned her lesson. She learned today.
Wait, don't you look better after you eat a Snickers? I thought you looked better after you eat.
No. You're just nicer after you eat the Snickers.
Oh, okay.
Snickers, singular.
That's the rumor.
I want to see how is she really got fat. That would be great if she did. That would be so karma, especially if she got like Pillsbury biscuit fat.
Oh,
like,
man.
no shape.
That umbrella guy's gonna make like 20 videos on it.
Hey, you guys heard
It's
the
Hollywood.
chance she might become the next Invisible Woman.
It's Hollywood. Fat means
God, I
she's
hope
put
not.
on 10 pounds.
Yeah,
Fat means she put on 10 pounds.
Yeah.
Does this mean she's gonna leave invisible turds for Reed Richards as she's go to bang Namor?
There is that rumor that they're looking at AH to play the Invisible Woman, which I desperately hope is just bullshit because
No, I hope it's true.
You hope it's
ruining
true?
more. Destroy it all. Destroy it all. Keep going.
Dude,
Just-
you know,
I thought it was Jennifer Lawrence. I thought Jennifer Lawrence was going to be.
That's
make
another
it a
one.
Make it Elliot Page. Make
Oh,
Elliot Page
yes.
the Invisible Woman. Go all the way. Get an LGBTQ Reed Richards. Make everyone else Black and Latinx. Do it.
Dude, don't give a
Work
fucking
it up.
Dude, don't give a
Get
fucking
worse. Destroy it all.
And you desperately must have a relationship between Ben Grimm and Johnny Storm.
Fuck no.
If those two are not an item, it's not woke enough.
Ship them now.
No, they're gonna bring in the X-Men at the same time. We're gonna get the Human Torch with the Iceman.
Ooh, fire and ice, baby.
Gonna get
And
steamy.
Cyclops, Wolverine, and Jean Grey doing it for the hub.
Okay, first of all, fuck no. First of all, no, fuck no. Fuck no. Fantastic Four and X-Men are off reach when it comes to conversations with me around. Fuck no. Plus, they'll most likely turn Alicia, man. Plus, they'll most likely turn Alicia into some kind of black dude who's probably not blind, just in a wheelchair or just trans or whatever the fuck.
Back in the movies before though.
Okay.
Oh, Mary G's got a great idea here.
Hey, Brie Larson look like that's why she's doing this fitness videos now. She doesn't want to end up like Amber Heard. She cannot get fat.
She's trying to keep her job.
Man, you can tell if she got fat, it would be a disaster. Because she has no shape when she's skinny.
Yeah. I mean, she would just be barrel shaped, I think.
Yeah.
But if she got fat and lost the weight, she could probably send a couple of Substack to her ass and probably stop being a bored.
Man,
That does happen.
she needs to, if anyone needs to get a fake ass, it's Brie Larson.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I've heard of ass implants and they never made a lot of sense to me until I saw the Tom Holland versus Brie Larson ass pics. And then it was like, oh, okay. Now I get it.
He gets it. Jake D gets it.
I'm sorry. I want a good Fantastic Four movie. I want a go all the way great Doctor Doom. I want Silver Surfer. I want Galactus. Big purple armor. I want the whole kit and caboodle. The Fantastic Four are the first family of the Marvel Universe, and I know they are going to screw it up.
Well, I thought that Galactus was just a big funny cloud with lightning, Thoth.
God, that was an awful representation.
All right, I've got it.
Look, I'm
Galactus
not the
is
king.
gonna come out of the sky, and we're gonna be getting Lena Dunham as Galactus.
Oh, yes! Yes!
See, Lena Dunham is exactly the body shape I'm talking about. That's what happened. I hope Amber Heard has Lena Dunham's body so bad. So bad.
Is that after she's eaten a planet or before she's eaten a planet?
That's like she just had
That's
the
her
moon.
secret.
It's
She's
like a
always
snack.
hungry.
I would love Lena Dunham like Galactus. I know, Thoth. You still have hope, and it's good. But I mean, this kind of leans into the Superman thing. It's the same thing. It's like, all right, who cares? Just destroy it. Go ahead,
Guys, come on. This is some bullshit. Look, if Marvel really wants to make success and get a good Fantastic Four and get love from the fans, they should get these. John Krasinski as Reed Richards, Emily Clark as Sue Storm, and Ben Grimm, Armand Hammer. And if Johnny Storm, maybe Sam Claflin. But hey, that's just me. I don't think it's a perfect. mix, but I
Armie
think
Hammer is
You
Ben
mean
Grimm?
Emily Blunt? You mean Emily
Armie
Blunt?
Hammer.
Right?
Yeah, I don't know about Armie Hammer. He's he'll chew up scenery. I think.
It's funny. I was watching a movie with him in it last night. The girlfriend and I sat down on your guys' recommendation, and we watched The Man from U.N.C.L.E.
Oh, wow.
And
that's actually not a bad movie. That's actually a pretty good one.
We enjoyed it, man. That was a good flick. So, I mean, whatever weird, necromantic fantasies Army Hammer has, he did do a great job in that movie.
You should check it out. It has a TV show. It's pretty good.
Oh, yeah, I've seen the show from back in the day as a classic like 60s show. But this was a movie from 5-6 years ago. Henry Cavill and Army Hammer, yeah.
I saw it.
Yeah, here we go. Anthroparian's got it, man. Bree can just lay flat and be the Silver Surfer's board.
There you go. It'll be the best acting she ever does in her life.
You just need to keep your mouth shut and stay put.
That's right. Yeah. Ascension Dildo wants to know why they don't CGI her butt. Isn't that the point of the technology?
She had a butt stunt double.
Well, now, wait, gentlemen. We have just had a Howling About Entertainment first. Sentient Dildo has earned an achievement.
I
love the achievements.
When am I gonna get one of those? I already saw Blazing Saddles, for Christ's sakes.
I have 1 or 2 Chivos in my belt.
Oh, you have pulled a couple down over the years, man. So.
That's right.
Oh, I'm sure you will.
I don't know if you wanted one of those achievements.
You will earn one soon enough, Fenrir.
I don't think they're a positive thing. I think I've been divorced a couple times already.
Yeah. Well done. Congratulations, Sentient Dildo. Congratulations.
Achievements depend. How many episodes of Batwoman did you make it through?
20 minutes of the first episode this season.
Every episode of both seasons, and I've also seen every single episode in Star Trek Discovery. That has to achieve something, right?
Man, a masochist award? Holy smokes!
Oh,
well, hey, Culture.
Yourself. You're still
great
young.
to see you, Culture.
Good to see you,
I
Culture.
Feel your mind was such. I know it's a. I don't know if I should say this, but our man Fenrir just turned a little older.
He did. He did. He is
he's grown. Amen.
He's almost reached double digits, ladies and gentlemen.
Fenrir's 19.
Seriously, I've seen every episode of woke shows, even the freaking Doctor Who's. That has to achieve something in some level, right?
Well, I will prepare a
nor in a nut house, so that has to achieve a lot.
Well, you see, here's the thing about achievements, Fenrir, is that I dole them out completely arbitrarily, sometimes for no reason whatsoever, and only when they're funny. The more that you ask for one, the less likely you are going to get one.
I feel like this is an appropriate time to bring up. I managed to track down 2 Cara Dune action figures.
Oh, hey.
Did you have to pay $1 trillion for them?
Oh, I think one was 40, one was 50.
Oh, that's not bad at all. I've seen them going for 150, $200.
Hopefully, it starts to come back down to a reasonable price.
I was hoping I'd get an achievement for finding 2.
Well, you see, you got to remember, I have to prep achievements ahead of time. So if I don't have one that fits what you did, you're just SOL today.
I was hoping I could rub it in.
So I had a visit from my wife just now, and she said that we have a guest in our backyard that we have. He's a trash panda. I think Rocket Raccoon has decided to make a visit. We have a nice little raccoon. He came right up to the door. My wife's cooking some fried chicken for supper there, and he must have smelt it through the door. So it's just kind of funny. I'm like, oh, he's a cutie.
He knows what he's feasting on later tonight.
Yeah, 10-4.
Hey, why not, man? Dude, speaking of trash, we were talking about Amber Turd just a little bit ago. So,
segue.
More like sewage.
To her credit, she was actually one of the only reasonable performances in The Stand that just went on CBS. Because, this evil bitch playing an evil bitch kind of worked. So, I got to give her that at least, It was totally believable that she was an evil psycho bitch in The Stand.
Gotta give the succubus her due.
But you were also talking about how different it was from the book.
Oh Lord, yes.
Considering in the book, it's the two sides of Nadine warring against each other. The one that just wants to be along with the rest of those Boulder, and the one that believes she was chosen by the Man in Black. And I was fully on the side of when I saw the Stand episodes as you were going through them, and as we were going through them, I was going like, no, not even for that moment where she's asking Underwood for help me out of this. Fully in it. Nope, you're just the evil.
Yes,
playing.
She is most certainly that. My God, was she that? Oh, good God! So, kind of the wrap though on this whole Battinson getting it on the Batmobile thing, right? So Reeves has apparently publicly stated that he absolutely refuses to ever work with Robert Pattinson again.
Is that
makes sense? No one could be affiliated with sparkling vampires and teenage girls.
Yeah.
Apparently, he threw a massive fit when he saw them. We were talking about how he needed to be directing it and getting it on the phone, but he threw a fit when he walked in on them. At least in concerning rumors and taking it with a grain of salt, he was throwing a fucking fit when he saw that happen.
He only threw that fit to disguise the fact that he probably taped
it. Perhaps, but again, this is rumor, right? But I mean, it's being reported widely enough that I do believe it. And basically, Reeves has said Pattinson is the worst actor to work with that he's ever directed, and he just won't go anywhere near a set with the guy. Like, apparently, he's refusing to let him on set for reshoots, and they're using his stunt doubles and things like that to deal with any reshoots.
This is crazy. And I heard the same rumors. They're so fantastic. I almost like, oh, maybe they're all fake. But it's like there's been a long-standing rumor that Reeves and Pattinson have not been getting along. That's been going on for months and months and months. Really, since this been shooting, you've heard that rumor.
Yeah.
And it's just so much smoke. It's hard to think that there's not fire.
Exactly. I mean, it really flared up when Pattinson was going on about how he wouldn't work out.
Oh, there's got to be something going on.
Yeah.
Anthony Perry, I shouldn't call attention to it, but it's gross. Come on, bro. Come on, bro.
Already passed the audition. Yeah. Oh boy.
Hopefully, no one's old enough to remember what that is.
Just don't go Googling.
Don't search
Two Girls,
that.
One Cup. Don't search that. Or if you do it in an incognito tab and make sure your wife's not looking.
Hey, incognito apparently doesn't work.
Probably not. Fenrir, do you not know what Two Girls, One Cup is?
Don't tell him he's young and uncorrupted by this wickedness. Do not search.
That shows up.
Anybody want to bet me $5 Fenrir already searched for it? Like just in the past 10 seconds?
I won't take that bet.
Fenrir. We hope it was. Yeah, the rumor is that it was really ice cream.
Yeah,
but there's no guarantee that was really chocolate ice cream.
It's like,
and that should give you enough of a tip of what we're talking about.
It's like there was an ancient virus that's been sealed away, and you're opening the lid on it. Like, it's been 10,000 years. Let's take a look at this.
Well, it's okay. I mean, if you've already looked at Two Girls, One Cup.
Oh, I hear him saying, "What the fuck?" Dude. I hear the reaction. I already know. This sounds like it's 2011 all over again. Remember with all those reaction videos?
Well,
I hear him saying it. I told you not to search it. You thought we were joking, man.
Whatever you do. Okay, now look, you already didn't listen to us and you searched for Two Girls, One Cup. Just promise me you will not search for blue waffle. Don't search blue waffle.
Don't do it, man. Don't do it. You know,
Why
it's
are
worse
you
than this
leading the
book.
boy on? Your people are so
Clobby even
evil.
used caps lock. Clobby,
told
look,
you
Clobby used
not
caps
to.
lock. I mean, look at that.
Evil children in this
why the
chat.
fuck are you telling me in the first place?
We told you not
Because you
to
are
search
easily
it.
led, Fenrir. You are easily led.
Okay.
Don't search means don't search.
While you're at it,
Because Amber
do
turned
not.
shit to bed, and it's a video about girls shitting. So we said don't search it because we don't want you to see that and disturb yourself. Because we knew what it was.
That's right.
You could have lived your whole life without knowing that it existed.
So
Yeah,
it's spelled,
welcome to 2011.
it's
While you're
spelled
at it, do not-
S-C-A-T. S-C-A-T. Don't search for that.
Just licking shit.
That's why it's disgusting. Now the rumor is that it was really ice cream. We can only hope and pray. I'm not sure on that.
Ice cream.
That's not ice cream. I've seen ice cream and I've seen that. That's not freaking ice cream. I literally
While you're at it,
Don't
do not
listen. Stop
go
doing this to
Penn
him.
Island.
Do not search any of this stuff. Just literally
Okay.
don't search it.
For real,
Not an
do
exaggeration.
not search blue waffles, Fenrir. Whatever you do not search that.
And
That
also,
stuff
do
stays
not
with you.
go to Penn Island.
That's
You
right.
you have free will, Fenrir. You have to use it. I understand that the stove touching is like the stove's hot. I gotta see if the stove's hot. But we're trying to get you not to burn off your hands. I'm
Nothing for the
legitimately.
boy.
I want them to stop.
Hey, I may lead you wrong, but Mr. Freeze would not. Mr. Freeze says don't search blue waffle, Fenrir.
Okay, we have because he's going to keep searching these things. Yeah, we are. I'm trying to save him. I feel like a superhero who's trying to stop him from falling into the pit, and I just missed.
I'm not gonna search about it.
Sentient dildo, you are so naughty. Naughty, Sentient dildo. Naughty.
No, no, we're done with that. That will cancel everyone.
Oh, Anthroparian, you are a brave soul.
Everyone in the chat, stop.
Everyone in the fucking chat, everyone in this fucking video, stop talking about fucking blue waffles so I don't actually search for that shit. Because I don't want to see that shit.
Also, pink cookies.
We're trying to welcome you properly into your manhood now that you've just had your birthday, Fenrir. You know, and this is how we do it.
Any of these chats, this. I'm typing in the chat. I'm trying to save you. Please.
Welcome to the jungle.
That's right.
Don't worry, we've got fun and games.
Fuck's sake. What the fuck?
Even things that were on the internet, a certain thing, they went viral because they're disgusting. And so this is why I'm trying to like tell you not to genuinely. And no one in the chat either. No, I go over Rajesh.
Also,
Rajesh.
while we're at it,
People.
don't go looking for Goatsy.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
No. Superman and Ta-Nehisi Coates and JJ Abrams and DC
you see,
JJverse.
the thing is, all these things that we are talking about, while absolutely horrible, awful, and things that no human being should ever subject themselves to, I will take images of blue waffles any day over Ta-Nehisi Coates writing Superman.
I'd rather talk about this.
I think I saw a segue comment earlier in the chat. Somebody said, what was it? Oh, there, Ace Mr. Freeze. Segue for the win.
Yeah, that's
I
what I'm
think
talking about.
that now that's a Chivo right there. A segue for the win. Can we give the host a Chivo, guys?
Oh, well, gosh. I mean, I suppose if you all raise your hands in acclamation, I must accept.
What, you don't see us all raising them?
Okay, this is all fucking hilarious and lovey-dovey, but can we just change the fucking subject and then get out of the Super Bowl?
That's what we're working
That's what we
on,
did.
child.
We're segueing. And
We're
yeah, you're
segueing
right.
to Black
Clearly
Superman.
It doesn't have to work. Like, I don't know what would happen if there was like a bomb in the building. Everyone get out of the building. No, you got to get out. Oh, let's see what's going on. We got to see what building we need to get out of.
I'd be like Captain America. I'd be jumping on top of the bomb.
Ta-Nehisi Coates is going to be writing for for Superman. How's that? And J.J. Abrams is producing it. $500 million kid.
Thank you, Draco. Thank you very much.
Okay. I tried this 10 minutes ago.
Shut up, man. We're on the other subject now.
Hey,
No more blue waffles. No more two girls, one cup. Now we're into the real dregs of the internet. Ta-Nehisi Coates writing Superman with Jar Jar Abrams.
So you know what? I'm going to prove my point. I'm going to give a take on this. Seriously, the point that I have observed from over 10 hours of streaming on the subject is that we don't really care. That it's a combination of Superman as a property who has been on the decline for decades, even though he's still beloved. The Superman and Clark or Superman and Lois proves that he's still beloved, but he's not the number one superhero by any stretch of the imagination that he was when I was a young kid. And on top of that, they have destroyed so many franchises with wokeness. We had Ghostbusters 2016, we had The Last Jedi, we had
Doctor Who.
We have Star Trek. We have things I'm leaving out because there's so many. We have Kibblesmith. We have I Am Not Stuff. We have had this, and even the normies. The normies have the major stuff.
Part 2 with the whole Naughty Dog bullshit.
Yeah, Last was part 2. We had the Charlie's Angels reboot. I just thought of that. Birds of Prey.
Another thing I saw, and I didn't lose my sanity.
People are just are done. It's like they can't even. There's no outrage. Like there's fake. Like we can't even be outraged. You guys were on some of these streams. Remember, we just streamed The Brave and the Bold. How hard was it to stay on the Super and Ironcaster? How hard was it to stay on the Superman topic? It was impossible. We couldn't care less.
It was like my body was trying to reject the subject and talk about anything else.
Yeah.
Transformers.
So I just want to say to this comment from Mark Santos, man, I am so glad that you found the stream. You come for the pop culture and you stay for the blue waffles. That's what we're here for, my friend.
Okay, stop. I'm not going to search for blue
I've already searched for it. But Geek Apology is right. We are going to get Superman, but there will be no fanfare. There won't even be an outrage. Think about how many people. Go ahead.
Maybe we'll get Superman.
That's exactly what he said.
That was already confirmed with Supergirl. It's reality. Apparently, DC can't make a Latina character that isn't either gay or something else. So, yeah, we're going to get that with the Latina Supergirl.
Oh, it's quite possible. It's quite possible. Now, I just need her put into a Superman suit, and then we're ready to rock and roll, Ironcaster. Yeah. But yeah, no, look, the ruination of our franchises and the lore and legends and the mythology of our childhoods has become so complete, so incredibly complete, that at this point, I just want them to really fucking do it.
Yeah.
Like, for real. Dude, you want to go with a race swap Superman? Fucking A. Not only should you do that, but it needs to be Mr. and Mr. Kent. No more Martha Kent. I want to see Mr. and Mr. Kent, and they both need to be POC. And not only that, one of them needs to be trans, right? So we're going to have a gay man and a trans man in a relationship adopting the black Clark Kent. And then Clark Kent needs to have a good buddy named Jimmy. And then and his favorite reporter that's going to lead him around by his shorts is going to be Luis Lane. Okay, this is, if you're going to fucking go there, go there. I dare you, you sons of bitches.
Yeah. And that's where I'm at. I mean, because nothing they could do is going to destroy Superman the animated series. Nothing they could do is going to destroy the Donner movies. Nothing they could do is going to destroy the stuff I still love for Superman. I don't care. Good for you. You got Star Wars. You got Marvel because that's coming too in the MCU. You got it in the comic books. You win. Take the time, or what was it? The time stone that Doctor Strange gave him. Take it. Go destroy everything. I'll come back in the ashes, and we'll probably have new franchises by then. So go ahead.
Amen, enjoy. Mark. Go all the way. But by God, we have had a new guest, Ace Mr. Freeze, joining us on Howling About Entertainment for the first time. Hey, there he is.
Yeah,
welcome, Freeze. Welcome to the madness, my friend.
It is so good to be here.
Dude, what do you think? Louis Lane and Jimmy? Is that what we need in the new Superman movie?
I mean, nope. So I am a DC fanboy at heart. I grew up on the animated series. It defined my interest into superheroes, which is to say I like that and not much more. But I was a Batman guy, and I always respected Superman. And this shows just the utter disrespect of the character because they're not doing this for the show. They're doing this for the culture war. And it's about issues in that and not about entertainment, not about the character. And it's unfair because you can progress your culture in many ways, but you don't do it by destroying. You don't do it by fighting wars with your neighbor.
This is the current generals in charge of that side of the culture war pushing this particular ideal rather than the ideas that you are speaking of. Better things.
Yeah, I mean, Superman is the greatest person to represent just the ideals of the country. Do it.
Yes.
Don't make him a communist.
Look, Rahesh has got it like full-on gay Superman and his boyfriend. I mean, Kibblesmith did it with Father Christmas, so what the hell? Let's just do it. You know, show us the power of your convictions and really fucking do it. And then put that on every screen. Every screen in China, I want to see Superman and Jimmy Olsen kissing. That's what I want to see.
This is a crap pot idea, but I think that the only reason why J.J. Abrams keeps getting work is that he probably makes sex tapes of his wife banging the heads of the studios.
Who knows? You say that, but I mean, crazier things have gotten people working in that crazy ass town.
Oh yeah.
I got a little something for you, Jake.
Yes, sir.
Put some
got something for you in Discord.
But, Clobberman Times, they can never take the real Superman from us. You just mentioned that Superman animated series is great. The whole Timverse, the whole DCAU, from Batman animated series, Superman animated series, Justice League Unlimited. One of the greatest stories I've ever seen in any medium. That way that story was, I'm not checking the Discord, I'm rambling. But yeah,
I loved it with Batman Beyond too.
And into Batman Beyond.
Superman. Even with the writer they have, Ta-Nehisi Coates, he's a selfish man. He doesn't know how to write heroic, patriotic characters. Remember
it's Superman.
Superman. Here she is, gentlemen. This is Superman.
It's they.
Thank you, Ironcaster.
They, them. More dour than a locomotive and able to leap tall bounds with group economics and capitalism and communism. And gender studies. You bigot.
Yes.
Saving the world from the patriarchy.
Able to fire GameStop employees with a single shout.
That's right. Here we go. Now this is one for the ages that we just need to screen cap right here. Happy birthday, Superman. Right there.
Oh yeah, Rajesh has it. Film it right outside those camps. Where they have, the same camps they film Mulan at. Yeah, that's exactly what they do.
If you have the courage of your convictions, right here. If you've got the courage of your convictions, J.J. Abrams, this is your story right here. Boom.
I honestly think that this is just a massive troll. I don't think they're going to put this into production and film this kind of movie. I don't think that this is going to be successful. There is no way that the advisors in Hollywood for JJ and the production staff of this movie are actually getting a positive review that this is going to be successful. I think that this is just a bunch of major troll. Yeah, I think that
It's stupid.
we already know. We already know that they've come out and said that they can't do a modern Superman movie right now because they don't think it's going to be successful.
Well,
Do they actually think that this is going to be successful? No, they can't. All their marketing must tell them that that's not going to work.
That's retarded. Look, a modern Superman story is very easy to make. I mean, they can easily take ideas from the Justice League show. I mean, there was this episode where Superman was in a psychological prison done by an alien squid, was turned into a comic where he literally lived the life of his dreams, a simple life as a farmer. And that didn't have him showing powers. That was just morality. And it was fucking great.
The world needs
Clobber's chat. Clobber likes the comic better.
Yeah, the world needs a Superman story based in the classic mythos of this character. Just like Captain America, just like Superman, you need a truth, justice, and, for lack of a better term, an American way. You need the flag-waving, good person. Like, you need that superhero to be an example for everybody else. You don't need to go down this road where it has to be some guy breaking supervillains' necks, which was awful.
Look, I'm not even an American citizen, and my favorite stories are the insanely patriotic Superman stories because his ways, they're inspiring to anyone. They're amazing. They give hope.
Goddamn right, America's inspiring to anyone. Or you were talking about Superman. Sorry.
America.
Villains and destroys buildings, killing millions of unknown numbers is not inspiring. It's dark and actually gives a reason for Lex Luthor trying to kill this guy.
Yeah. They've destroyed the character, and the whole point of having an amazing idealistic character is because you can then have all these other types of characters draw off them. Like, the ensemble cast, if you can pull it off, is a great thing. We've seen it when Marvel's able to do it right. And by having those, those definable characters, you make space for others. And they've just lost that concept in art, and they think they've lost that concept socially and politically. But that's a discussion along the lines of Blue Waffle that we're not going to get into.
Yeah. Were you the one who said that Superman died, the death of Superman on the member chat, Ace? I can't remember who said that.
I think I was talking about the...
That is true. Superman died with the death of Superman. Bringing him back was a bit of a mistake.
Because I remember the Superman animated series, but I can't remember what the point was about the mid 2000s. Superman was no longer the most popular character. It was like Batman, then Iron Man came out, and that was it.
Well, Batman had a series of good movies.
2005, Batman Begins.
Yeah. Between Batman Begins and that first Iron Man movie, that was the transition of power away from Superman as the number one superhero, and he's now maybe top 5, maybe. I think a lot of people.
Iron Man was never a top superhero,
He was always a B-list.
He's always been a B-list character at best. What made him popular was the movies, which at the time when those movies were coming out, you had Riri Williams being Iron Man. So I think that Superman has never really been, I don't think, the most popular character, but he's always been top 5 DC. That's why he's in the Justice League. He's not like Wolverine for the Marvel universe, whereby he's in every single comic book. But the reason why he was because he was so popular that every time he would show up in a comic, they would have 100,000 more purchases for that issue. So but Superman showing up in a comic didn't increase the number of titles sold. So he's just he's the ultimate superhero. He's like Ubermensch. He's like the flag waving perfect person.
He's the New York Yankees. He's Duke basketball. He's like the trend. He's like the standard of superheroes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And I think it's been a land of 1,000 cuts that killed him before this happened. He was already a dead character. I think Man of Steel might have been the last bullet, though. I think that might have been it. But I do think the evil Superman trope also hurt him. I think with Injustice and now the boys, it's like everyone's obsessed with this evil super. What if he was evil? Brightburn. What if he was evil? What if he was evil? Well, he's not. That's the whole point. He isn't evil. That is the point of Superman.
Evil.
You could do a fun fun movie. Yeah, lean into the fucking camp of it, where you have Superman and Clark Kent be a man out of time. Have him be, bread, butter, and apple pie and American flags, and slap him into a modern nihilistic world where he is still all of those things.
Yeah.
And you totally wear 20s or 30s baggy suits with a hat.
Yes.
In 2020 imagery, 2021
yes.
time. Yeah. And that would actually work. Like, dude, you work for what newspaper? You work for a newspaper? Like,
yes.
He could just be this weird guy who's, like, maybe he's handsome if he took off his glasses, but like those glasses are thick. Like, just you could make it happen in this time frame. And
yeah, you could.
And they don't, and I don't know why. It's probably just because the social war, and that's culture war.
And a comment on that. One thing they messed up to A Man of Steel was Smallville. Smallville was just another rural town that had been messed up, and I lived in some of those towns. I think part of that is the culture war. Not only is Superman a straight white male, but he's from Americana. He's from the Midwest. He's a small town kid, a flyover state kid who went to the big city. That's part of his art as well. And I don't think they really like the small town values, American, warm apple pie values. Why can't Smallville should be
he's a label. Yeah, they don't look at who he is.
Yeah. I mean, Ascension Dildo's got it right here. I mean, this is what modern Hollywood and even the heads of the comic companies think of Superman right here. I mean, straight up, because he's all those things you just described, V-Dub, and this is what they think about him because of that.
I'm sorry, but this enrages me. I'm literally the demographic these fuckers are trying to grab, and not even I think this shit. I don't think any of this. None of my friends think about any of this. We all grew up with fucking Superman.
Pretty sure Jerry Siegel didn't think of that.
Yeah.
No, he did not.
You don't have to go big for Superman. One of the best Superman comics I've read in the last 5 years was just him going on a road trip across America with his family. They went and visited a bunch of the Civil War memorials and had picnics, and it was Superman. He didn't have to fly. He didn't have to use his powers once.
You're killing me because I have been trying to get my family to do a road trip, or at least somebody in my family to do a road trip with me. And when I drove out to Colorado from Massachusetts, I swung through the South specifically to go all throughout the Civil War areas, specifically everywhere that Grant went, to have his memoirs.
Did you go to Vicksburg while you were there?
Oh, yeah, of course I did. Got that flagged right here with the fortifications.
Yes.
Yeah, I went back there this summer for a weekend.
Like total random tangents because we always do this on these shows, but
that's
real,
Americana,
dude. If you have not done that, that is just amazing stuff.
Super far because I'm in the South.
And look, we've got pork ribeyes have been delivered for dinner.
Oh,
I've got chicken soup with beef.
So, gentlemen, so I have to go here in a sec. So I just want to say that Superman to me has never been my favorite superhero. I've always been a Hal Jordan Green Lantern fan, being an Air Force boy, a veteran, always looking up to that kind of a character. So Hal Jordan was always my favorite growing up. However, so Superman is something that is a representative of traditional moral values that were instilled in him by his parents, those Kansas hardworking farmers that really were devoted to truth, justice. It was all about hope, and it was all about him making a choice to be self-sacrificing, brave, to be there for everybody else. And I think the big problem with why Superman doesn't work today is everybody has kind of lost hope. Everybody is dark and bitter and upset with how the world is right now. Everybody's stuck at home. Everybody's dealing with the stresses of work and not making enough money and having the kids, worried about their kids and where they're going to go to school and what kind of a world they're going to be living in. that is the kind of time where we need a character like this, where we need a superhero to be there for us that isn't dark, isn't going to go and kill someone arbitrarily, is going to find a way to instill that hope and that need for a better world. And that's what we need to get to. We can't be going...
If you want that, there's this book called Superman Peace on Earth. It's literally my favorite book. If you want your kids to have hope, buy it. It's an amazing story.
He's a symbol. And that's really what we need right now. We don't need Batman. We don't need Wolverine. We don't need that. We need Superman, who, even though he is a god, he is there to sacrifice himself for, it doesn't matter what color you are, what race you are, where you put your junk. He doesn't care about that. He cares that you are a soul, and he would sacrifice his life for anyone on the planet and anyone in the universe. So that is the kind of symbol that we need right now. We need a symbol of hope. I need to go for dinner, but I just wanted to end with that because I know a lot of times that we've been so bitter and upset and angry at how pop culture has been treating the things that we love. But we have to remember that we're strong here. We are still that large percentage of the population out there that loves the traditional characters, the traditional superheroes that we've grown up with, whether it's Luke Skywalker, whether it's Kal-El, whether it is any of those heroes. We need that now. Let's stop getting dark. Let's stop making these. Well, let's make darken their souls and let's make them bad guys. No, we want good people because that's who we want to be. We want to be a better person. And what examples do we have right now in movies and television and pop culture whereby it is a good symbol, a good example for us to be a better person?
You could not have said that better at all, Thoth. And to your point, we keep hearing from Hollywood saying they don't know how to make a Superman movie. They don't know how to portray what's good about humanity, right? They say they couldn't do that, right? But to your point, Thoth, in this time of nihilism and division, that's when you need a unifying positive symbol more than ever.
Exactly. I mean, truly, no one cares how they depict the stories on the screen. They can literally just do rip-offs of the comic books, every shot and scene, literally. No one would feel bad about it because the story and every second of it is just good.
They did it well, but I think people would be relieved to see, straight up like page for page adaptations of the comics. It's like the one thing they haven't done.
Dude, you have apparently just inspired the shit out of Paulie, Thoth.
Hey, hermano. Yeah. Thank you, everybody. I need to head out, but this is awesome. Right. What a great panel, man. I love seeing you all here. Thank you very much. It's a lot of fun to get on here and talk about this stuff. Let's try not to get too dark and too depressed on how the world is today. Let's look at our positive role models that we've had. Let's look at the movies of the past, the comic books of the past, the stuff that we truly love and remember the past, and using those kind of symbols that we've had. Let's make things better for everybody in the future.
Absolutely.
So take care, everybody. Be safe out there.
All right. Now, Thoth, next week, I do need you to bring the blue waffle to the stream.
Oh no!
I'll bring the Canadian maple syrup, brother. I'll bring the
Canadian maple syrup is okay. Blue waffles are not. Get checked.
JD, seriously, what the fuck is wrong with you?
JP, it's rude to kiss and tell.
Thanks, everybody. Be safe out there, and I'll be listening. But
be safe,
love you all, man. Take care.
Hey,
be safe,
good night, Thoth.
Stay safe.
Good night. Thanks.
Okay.
So,
seriously, you just want me to search this shit, don't you?
Don't. Do not do it. That's genuinely. To add to Thoth's point, to change the subject before Fimber gets curious, to add to Thoth's point, I think the big thing is looking at the past because there's so much. Fimber's discovering all of this great stuff, not the stuff we're telling him today, but like Smokey and the Bandit and Night Court and all this stuff. I was over a friend's house the other day, and he said, "You know what? My DVD collection is so big, I literally do not have enough time in my life to watch all these DVDs." He literally, and he's not lying. He has a huge collection. He'll never be able, if he were to start now, if he had the rest of his life to just start and watch every movie, he couldn't do it. There's that much good material in the past. So that's what you have instead of this, because I think people are realizing that. I've done, like I said, 10 hours of streams, and it's been a chore. It was a chore on Matt's show to stay on this subject. It was a chore on my show to stay on this subject. And I mean, even today we've been talking about everything else. We keep messing with film with all the old 2000 references, but we would do anything outside of talk about this. We're not even outraged. We don't care to be outraged. You win. Superman, unfortunately, was a character. I don't think they realized that because they're so stupid. Superman's a character that needed rehab. He's not the top guy anymore. He needed a good Henry Cavill movie. Yes, people who already were out on Superman, the diehards that they're trying to rage bait. They're trying to rage bait diehards who are already pissed at this character.
Where this is getting me is not in my love of comics or just fantasy fun. This is getting me because I don't enjoy like this is specifically political and social. Like
absolutely,
you might as well get like President Biden and Mitch McConnell, Senator McConnell to be the old men, like have them be like Waldorf and what's his name,
Stanner.
Just like have them be the Muppets in the background. You might as well make everything political at this point, and it gives me not to just turn the page on what Lord Thoth so nicely said, but it gives me a no hope for 2021 in the political discourse or the cultural war discourse. And I'm extremely fortunate that I'm no longer in the East Coast. I'm no longer in DC. I no longer work in politics. I no longer do any of that. But my head's to the ground, and I'm still not liking what I hear. So it's like I wish we could find better things to do, but that's why Superman is getting me riled up, because I'm like, this can only get worse. Like this isn't a one-time thing.
Well, oh no, like I said, this isn't the beginning of it. This is the middle of it. They've been doing it for so long. My thought is let them. It does suck.
It's like ringing the bell in the middle of the course in like one of those old Mario games.
Yeah, we're just in round 3 right now of a 9-round fight. I mean, it's just getting rolling, really.
Cut my eyelid off already.
Yeah, exactly.
You win this culture, to use the fight analogy, you win this culture war with rope-a-dope. It's going to take a little while. You're going to have to let these guys tire themselves out. You're going to have to let them blow all of their load, so to speak. Sorry, Fenrir. You're going to have to let them. You're going to have to let them, use all of this. I mean, let normies see that they're doing this, all this craziness.
They don't know how to interpret shit. That's one of the things about the fandom community that's really impressive. You have a guy like, what's his name? Computing Forever.
Dave
when he taught, Dave Cullen. Like, I don't agree with it, like all of his conclusions, but he's smart, and he's really good at breaking down the intentions of directors and the intentions of writers. And I think he's less good at it at real world actors, but he's able to understand the way people act. I'd say he's got at least one eye open where most of the normies are blind. And so I don't know where that hope is, but when I see quality writing and quality art, like guys like Mahler give me hope.
Yeah, the hope's not in Hollywood. They're dead. That's my Hollywood is dead. I always use my mom as a normie judge. She said no one's going to theaters anymore, and I believe her, except me for Mortal Kombat. And she's also, keeps talking about
Mortal Kombat, baby.
Everything that's intersectional. She hates. Like how much she hates the Equalizer is still hilarious to me.
Oh my god!
The Equalizer.
My mom was
another show I've seen. Another show I've seen every single episode to come out. Another show.
Dude, you've been subjecting yourself to the Shaniqualizer, Fenrir?
Yeah, I mean, the shit they say on that show is just stupid. I mean, the main character literally said her backstory about how when she was a kid, she robbed a car, and when she drove down the street, everyone was looking at her like a black girl who robbed a car, despite the fact that she literally was a black girl who just robbed a fucking car.
Yeah.
Wait. You're saying that she was upset for being racially profiled in the act of committing a crime?
Yes.
Wow.
Fuck me. And this is how we represent black people, by the way.
Then
Of course she's committing a crime. Duh. She's black. All she can be is a criminal. Because all black people are criminals.
Then she took her daughter. Look, Vigilante. Then she took her daughter, who stole a convenience store, a clothes store.
Sure enough.
She took her daughter to a prison, showed all the female prisoners. They showed that every single one of them was almost black.
Hey,
wow.
Yes, no dad. The dad's gone, right?
Pretty much gone out of his life. Yeah, for life.
Yeah, I wonder. I must be Nostradamus to have predicted this plot. So, single parent home, fucking, worried about being stereotyped in commission of a crime. Thank you for that. Yeah. Thank you.
Have you guys seen Black Jesus?
CBS.
Oh dear God!
I've only seen one episode. Then I gave up.
Oh, so, yeah.
So my mom watched all of it. Like I think I mentioned this before, but like she was hit by a car like a year ago. It's absurd. But like when she was, on the couch in pain, there was not much to do, and so she watched TV, and that kind of humor was just a relief. Just like people joking around, like, Jesus, take your sandals off. Like, oh, thank you for just not giving a shit. And she knows exactly what it is. And she's just, like there's a difference between like making people happy and making like trying to infect your, like your cinema and your television and, all your content. She appreciates fine art, but, like she can also have fun. And these directors don't have any respect for that. We can have fun with the camp, like you were saying about Superman. Like just give it to us. We want it. We want those underwear. We're serious about that.
Underwear outside the pants. That's Superman.
Yes. Yeah.
Red trunks in the front.
In 2021, anybody doing that would seem so odd and just yeah. I mean, it's not like, not to be cultural, but it's not like, Viking guy. Like Viking guy, like you've seen in many places around this country.
Same thing for Batman. Let's not forget. He also had trunks.
Put the trunks on because the pantsuit is kind of weird. It looks weird to me. Like where they don't have any tights. It looks like they're naked.
You have to break up the costume some way.
Yeah.
The reason the Batman one, the modern one, like the Affleck one, works is because it has been in the comics because he has a few suits, but also because it's so textured instead of being those panel colors which are vibrant and fun. Yellow on blue and gray.
That was the best costume by like a wide margin. I think that costume is why everyone is so high on Batfleck because I thought he did an okay job. But I love that costume.
He didn't really have much to do, but the costume was good. But he's the kind of guy who I'm like, I didn't even think about it. I was like, okay, he's Batman, and I didn't even notice how good it was. And that's what I like about success when you don't even notice it.
Yeah, I mean, Batfleck to me, he was about the best Bruce Wayne that we've seen on screen, right? I really felt, this was a, mid to late 40s Bruce Wayne getting on the tail end of his crime fighting career. And it was a guy who was worn out. And I could see the years in Affleck's face, if you know what I mean, right? So he just instantly stepped into how I've always envisioned a late stage Batman, right? And he couldn't physically keep up as well as he needed to. So he augmented himself more and more with his gadgetry, right? I mean, not to an Iron Man level, obviously, but helped himself out.
Did you see the animated version?
No, I did not.
Of when Batman and Superman fight.
Oh, you mean Dark Knight? I mean, wasn't it?
The Dark Knight Returns?
Dark Knight Returns?
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah.
So that was a fun story, pretty good. I liked it a lot. And you could have Ben Affleck do the voice for that Batman, and it would be amazing because
really,
he would fit it. And it's not the greatest writing, but it's like when you see Batman v Superman and the two of them fight, it's not dramatic really. It's more just like overdone, and you're sort of wishing Snyder got his shot, but or at least I was. But
yeah, at least with that.
Yeah, but exactly. With the animated series, it is dramatic. The music is done at just the right timing in all of it, and the story is pretty nicely built up. Like grew up on the animated.
When did that come out, Mr. Freeze?
Oh, you talking about the '97 animated Batman crossover? When they
No. I'm talking about the movie. That was like 2015, maybe.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, then that's
15,
you were right the first time. I was right the first time. That was Dark Knight Returns.
Yeah, you know what it is.
Yeah.
You definitely know. Yeah.
So this goes to an interesting thing that I wanted to talk about on the stream today. So, like, we are seeing, it's my assertion that we are seeing multiple personality disorder major franchises right now. Okay.
Absolutely.
So we've got, on one hand, you have got, let's talk Star Wars first, right? So you have got The Mandalorian, which, while not an unbelievably ungodly amazing show, was absolutely Star Wars, and it was absolutely something that fans could enjoy. And a ton of people thought Star Wars had redeemed itself with that whole Luke scene at the end of season 2. Baby Yoda brought in the Twilight moms like crazy. Everybody was back into Star Wars, right? And Favreau had the entire world kissing his ass because he did such a good job with that. And then the same fucking company throws out the wokest of the wokest politically motivated garbage in the High Republic, and they throw Gina out on her ass. Pablo Hidalgo screaming at Star Wars theory and calling, I mean, this guy's like the biggest Star Wars fan on the planet. 3 million subscribers.
Don't forget, they hired insane racists, one of which called me a white supremacist on Twitter.
Yes,
I would love to show her a picture of my face right now.
Don't dox yourself. Dox yourself.
She would never believe that you're not a white man. I'm sure, Fenrir.
It isn't about belief. She would speak of his internalized whiteness.
Yeah, seriously, how old are you?
Even though you're in Africa.
If you're not old
19.
enough. Okay, yeah, then
But
even then I still wouldn't show myself. Like, the younger you are, the better it is to stay the fuck away from this shit.
Yeah, City is the best choice.
But you see, you've got these two prongs,
You can show a
like
picture of your
going
arm.
forward, right? You've got these two sides of the damn franchise, and they're completely at fucking odds with each other, but they are both moving forward full steam ahead. I don't know what the fuck to make of that.
I shouldn't show her a picture of my leg. She'll probably think I have a black guy on my basement tied up or something.
You know what it is? We have this civil war situation in a lot of these companies. I think there was so much focus on Lucasfilm, we didn't even realize the same thing was happening at DC. And I started to realize it once we kept getting these conflicting reports about maybe they'll do a World's Finest with Battinson, maybe they'll do Batfleck, maybe they'll do this. I heard that a lot is riding on what happens with the Snyder Cut, even with all this. That the Snyder Cut could still change things if it's dramatically successful. And I personally, we talked about Batfleck. My personal interest in the Snyder Cut, because I'm not expecting much, to be fair, is the hope that we can get a Batman spinoff and a Batfleck spinoff. But in general, I think these companies, maybe it's symbolic of the civil discourse in the country. I don't know, but there's just these two minds, and part of it is these companies do have to indeed make money. But you still have these woke, activists who have high positions, so they're fighting, and those interests are starting to combat. And so I think the resolution is like, all right, we'll do both and hope for the best. That's what we're getting.
I wonder if that's what we're going to see, right? Because let's see what we're getting. So similar company, we're talking about switch to Marvel now, right? So again, we seem to have these sort of two divergent but coexisting paths. You've got the fucking Eternals, which looks like the biggest train wreck piece of shit that is ever going to hit the screens from the MCU.
I literally just want to see that to see how they're going to fuck up Jack Kirby's legacy. That is my only reason.
Yeah. Oh, they're going to completely fuck it. I am so looking forward to covering that on the channel because I'll probably get thousands of hate clicks. It'll be fucking
give
great.
me a call. I want to give me.
Oh, dude. Well, we will discuss the Eternals. Have no doubt about it. It's coming in November, if I recall, right? So, or October, whatever it is. It's coming out late in the year. So you got the Eternals, which looks like this holy shit hot mess of garbage, and then you've got WandaVision, which is like half a brilliant, amazing fucking show, and it's like half a woke nightmare coexisting in the same television program. And then, and then you've got things coming out like Sam Raimi's Doctor Strange, which looks like it so far looks pretty good.
So
right?
That sounds like what's that thing called? Cognitive dissonance. And it, some people like to think that they don't have it, or that but just the fact of the matter is that Disney knows that people do have it, and they will play you for it. They will play you for it every time. They are like, this is not an industry that like a business that's new to the industry. This is the business that set the rules for this industry 100 years ago. So we're playing in their sandbox. They know how to manipulate you left, right, up, down, every other which way. So, they will try it. And if they can do it by spending as little money as possible, they will. And that is not a segue, but a teaser for what I want to talk about on Tuesday.
Excellent.
Okay.
Oh,
yes.
Hear it.
Yeah, Mr. Freeze and I are going to be discussing The Great Escapists on Tuesday evening. It's an Amazon Prime show with Richard Hammond and Tori Belleci.
About that. I need to check that out.
It is a less is more concept. And I think it works, 8 out of 10 times. There are a couple things that don't, but it's okay. They didn't ruin, and they poison nothing. They put So what a nice foundation.
Little sneak preview for you.
Well, you know what else they're doing? They're tricking us into funding their woke crap because they have some good stuff. We'll pay enough attention to that, and then they can make as much woke crap if they want as we fund it.
Yeah. Let me hear what are your thoughts on the upcoming Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Ironcaster?
Oh, I've been of the opinion that it should have been Bucky having the shield all along. That it really shouldn't have been Sam, because if you watch over those course of those Captain America movies, who was the only other guy to catch the shield? Who was the only other guy to fight with the shield?
Bucky.
And if you were just going based off just the 3 Captain America movies alone, it seemed natural that if you're gonna get rid of Steve, you should give the shield to the one person who we've seen catch it, fight with it just as good as Steve.
Yeah, absolutely. My biggest problem with that shield going to Falcon is everybody. Let's think back to the On Your Left scene.
I was about to say that. I was about to pop in and say On Your Left, because it is character that we have with Falcon, and if they have 50 minutes of unseen footage of just them shitting the chute, I'd watch it.
Yeah. I mean, so On Your Left, right? I mean, everybody remembers it's like an iconic scene, because Cap is so much more physically capable than Sam.
Exactly.
Right?
These bastards tend to forget the super soldier serum is literally how Captain America and Bucky do half of the shit they do. How is Sam going to get that in the MCU? Because in the Marvel Comics universe, they gave him an artificial version of that even didn't even make him the equivalent to the real thing. Wasn't even close enough. That's why he still needed his freaking wings.
I mean, my Cap needs to be at least peak human, if not superhuman. Yep. Okay, at minimum, he's got to be peak human. And that's a stretch. And Sam is an elite soldier, but he doesn't even come close to a superhuman.
He's a 22nd century soldier. he's using technology in a way we'd love to use. That's why he's awesome, and he's a good guy.
Yeah, Sam's a good character. I don't think he's good enough to. Oh wow, we're doing this again.
Yeah, exactly, Anthroparian. How you gonna throw the fucking shield? It's too heavy. You're just a regular dude.
That's another thing that bugged me in the trailer.
Like,
to me, that shield
That's
should be like a fucking manhole cover. You should be able to sling that thing.
Oh my!
Hey, don't worry. They're gonna humanize Bucky a little bit. Apparently, a little 16-year-old girl, barely his size, is gonna beat him off a truck somehow.
Yeah, I saw that in the trailer.
I don't think you mean beat him off a truck.
See that? Maybe in Hollywood, who knows?
Well, we do have the fapping arm of doom, so you never know.
Isn't that shield supposed to be kind of heavy? I know it's supposed to be lighter, but I mean, because vibranium is supposed to be lightish, but I mean, still, it looks like it's at least 10, 15 pounds.
Peggy was able to maneuver it very effectively in the first Captain America.
And don't forget,
was she? Okay.
She wasn't throwing it though.
No, she was just holding it as a shield.
Yeah.
Oh, don't forget, they're probably gonna make it canon that shield is made of adamantium too, so it is pretty heavy adamantium. So yeah,
it's just made out of titanium.
Adamantium is a material made out of vibranium. It's a more complex material and therefore much heavier.
Yeah, if they just went the Thor route with it, they could solve a lot of problems. Whoever who wields the shield, be they worthy, has the powers of Captain America.
I mean, why the fuck not? I mean, they're going there with Jane Foster She-Thor, so why not?
That sounds like how we make up new blessings. Blessed art thou, Lord, who gave us your commandments. Thank you for this gin. Amen.
Rub-a-dub-dub, thanks for the grub, right?
Oh yes.
Oh Jesus.
The other problem I see with it is that I don't think Sam.
Hey, talk about grub. How was the steak?
Hey, Fenrir, let Ironcaster roll, buddy.
So the other problem I see with the character of Sam Wilson is I don't think he's strong enough. I don't think he's strong enough to be able to do the lead role by himself. I mean, yeah, we got Bucky there, but Sam's not the actor and the character are just not strong enough to be the lead role. For my money, if I was in charge, I would have put Sam Wilson and I would have put War Machine together. You do a Bad Boys 2 like buddy cop, like those two team up. Like I want to see that.
Well, I think that's sort of what we're getting with.
And I think those two were actually friends in the comics at some point.
Yeah, they're trying to do a buddy cop thing. I guess they're trying to do a Lethal Weapon type buddy cop thing. I don't know. But I don't think it's gonna really work. There's no. Like this wasn't really built up in the MCU. Like there's some animosity towards them, I guess. Okay.
and there shouldn't be. It should be like there's a Carmen Sandiego kind of villain, you know, like not actually an evil one, but someone who you've got to like go all around the world and have like
I think that's
it's like the road trip around America from Superman. For who?
I think that's what they're gonna do with Flag Smasher, the feminized version from the comics, because in the comic, Flag Smasher was this huge, bulky dude that actually had a chance against Cap, but now they turn him into a teenage girl, and that's what they're gonna do with her. They're gonna go chase her around the place, and she doesn't seem to actually be evil like the original comic version. She's more of an anarchistic version now, from what I get, from what the rumors have been telling me.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if they don't focus too much on like the villain story and focus more on these characters and reestablishing a phase for Marvel. Yeah. Like give us two guys who, like after all the nonsense of the snap, like we're done with that. We're starting anew on this. Like give us something where we can just be grounded, have fun, give us an Iron Man movie sort of. And and give us heart again, because we lost the heart in Endgame that we really had in Infinity War.
I mean,
you're being given Iron Heart.
At a bare fucking minimum, a big part of this story needs to be that some pursuit of a super soldier serum for Sam. At a bare fucking minimum.
Yeah, I agree. And I never saw that altered carbon that Robert's talking about. I keep hearing how Anthony Mackie did not do a good job in that show. And we all know that he's not a gangster. His real name is Clarence.
Well, he did play Tupac. Biggie movie.
Did he play Pac too?
Yeah, in the Biggie movie.
I didn't remember that. I just remember him in 8 Mile getting ripped by B Rabbit. Shout out to 8 Mile, not just because I'm from Detroit, but because it's a good movie.
Are we bringing in the BIPOC, the TRIPOCs, and the TUPOCs again here, V-Dub? Is that where we're going with this?
Who came up with this BIPOC word? That's brand new to everyone, right? That's like over the past month or two.
Past year.
First time heard it right here, right now. So
It's a new word. Is it
Look,
British?
It's British bullshit. The Brits are insanely woke. Their country seems like some kind of weird 40s Germany kind of place.
Wokistan.
If you insult a woke person or even get on their way even by mistake, you can probably even go to prison. That is not
tweet.
Yeah, I mean, this can't be a British term because it's definitely uniquely American because it stands for Black Indigenous Peoples of Color.
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
it is.
So that can't be a British term. How could that be a British term?
Well,
They
all
took
these
it.
terms.
it depends how
listen,
they spell color. Is there a U in it?
Yeah, but I mean, whoever it is, it's an academic term. I can tell you that, regardless of which side of the pond it originated. It could have, you know what? I don't know that it didn't because a lot of, I mean, none of these people are ever representative of the group they're championing. So it wouldn't be shocking if another country came up with this term because it's not. It's just about confusing people, giving people new terms of language to trip over. No, you cannot just call me, you know, my ethnicity something new that you just made up. I'm not, just like people are not going to call themselves Latinx. You just can't make stuff up like that.
Latinx.
Oh, the British term is BAME. It's a different term out in Britain.
So, as I understand it, a lot of this originated on American college campuses.
Oh, yes.
And then it was imported over to
Can
the UK.
confirm.
Oh, yeah, the Cold War didn't end. It just moved to a new strategy.
Yeah.
Wait, Rajesh is over in Britain. Is that so is BAME and BIPOC, is that stuff? Is that new to the streets of Britain, Rajesh? Let us know.
Oh, no. Yeah, that has been going around for some time.
So I'm gonna take this
Seriously,
opportunity to go ahead and hop out. I got to take care of some things here. But before I left, I just wanted to share some good comics to leave on a positive note with people.
Okay, well, let's take a look at this. What do we
So-
got here? Oh,
Asterix.
Yes, asterisks and
This is
obelix.
For anyone unaware, this is a French comic series about a bunch of barbarians who are constantly fighting with the Romans.
Oh, just a beautiful.
They did there are several movies. Some of them are on Amazon Prime. And there's about 37, 38 volumes of it.
Mhm.
And I just wanted to share some positivity before I head out.
Yes, this is good stuff. I happen to know that Mary G is very familiar with these comics. So yeah, this stuff is really. I've looked at some of this. It's a bit dated because a lot of it has been it's been out for a while, right? But it's clever, guys. It's clever.
It does have a lot of movies. We're still pretty good. We're pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, good night, everybody. Send them a love.
Yeah, and they definitely do use roids and asterisks, the magic juice. Yeah. All right.
All right, man.
Oh,
Historic drugs.
So bringing up BIPOC, TRIPOC, and TUPOC, though, is relevant to the discussion of Falcon and the Winter Soldier because apparently, rather than a search for a super soldier serum for Sam, apparently it's going to be an exploration into the white supremacists not accepting a black Captain America.
Oh my fucking god!
Oh my god! I don't.
Are they gonna bring in
to watch this?
Are they gonna bring the weird robot cops that beat up black people for no reason in this too?
Probably.
Oh wait.
Haven't heard that, but
Are they also gonna bring up the new Falcon, the little Hispanic kid who became Sam's sidekick? And it was a
Haven't
whole
heard
This
jump
is
into
why I'm just done. I'm tired of all of this. All of these, you know what? I almost used the right word. Platforms. Remember, they're no longer franchises. They're platforms to change. I am not a BAME or a BIPOC or anything. My name isn't really Vigilante, but I'm me. You know what I mean? That's who I am. I'm not. And if you notice, all of these freaking ethnicities make it they're inherently, and I mean this with no joke, they're inherently white supremacists. Why? Because they're just grouping everything into non-white, even though white is a global minority. If we were comparing all of ourselves to Asian because that is a global majority, I would say okay, because that's most of the earth. But no. It's making it, oh, you're Black and Middle Eastern, all these non-whites for Britain, because that would be most of Britain. And then here, you're Black indigenous or a person of color, which a person of color in and of itself is just everybody who's not white. Group them all
also
together.
just a random fucking criteria.
Yes.
Because you are 100% born with it. Whereas, like, let's just say your faith is at least something you're 75% born with. You know, like,
but you at least have some choice on that.
Right. You have some choice, but you're also born into it. So, like, you know, like we don't know how it goes. Everybody's different, and then, you know, like, and no disrespect to anybody. So, like, you know, but like, and if you do it by that, you've got what 1.5 billion people who believe in some form of Islam, 1.5 billion people who believe in some form of Christianity, 1.5 billion people who follow the teachings of Confucius or the Tao.
Yes.
Okay, that's like most of the world. What are you all divided about? You know, like,
yeah. Oh, dude, Rahesh has got
1.5 billion are believe in many gods. Between that, you have everybody.
Now, China is the majority of the world's population, all on their own, right? They are the single largest ethnicity on the planet. So Rahesh has got it dead on the money here. How about a Captain China?
China's not even one ethnicity.
And we're going to woke the fuck out of him.
And you're correct. It isn't one ethnicity.
There are at least 4 or 5 main ones, a dozen less popular. Like, if you go back in history, there are many different Chinese. You know,
just like
one China is a communist policy, you know, based on the fact that a divided China is a weak China.
Actually, Marvel
it was
Comics,
such an important historical. That's why it was such an important historical event when the first of China unified the whole fucking thing.
Yep.
Yeah. And honestly, what you say is true about most races, ethnicities, and phenotypes. They're not like just one. It's usually when we use even the term white. I mean, there's usually an amalgamation of a bunch of different European immigrants.
Whites are super different. You know, like the Caucasus white versus the Nordic white don't look alike. And then you've got Mediterranean, which is sort of like not like there is not one Mediterranean, because you got, you know, like from Spain to the Levant. Like, what things are fucking different. North Africa and Southern Europe are okay, but sure. Like, let's divide.
I mean, that can be said about Black people. When you talk about people from the Caribbean as opposed to people from Africa, as opposed to Black Americans. Even amongst Black Americans, there's a lot of division. I mean
East Africa, there are over 300 languages spoken sub-Sahara, not even above the Sahara. Like, there are 300 there were 300 languages spoken of Native Americans. More than that. Like, it's just it's incredible. And, you know, like, yeah.
And you're just grouping all of that actual ethnic diversity within all of these ethnicities. You're just grouping it all into one. All of those things we just described that has so much diversity that we're not even touching the surface on. Nope, you're all persons of color. All of you. Just one group.
Yeah.
Yeah. To Sentient Dildo's point, he's mixed 1,000 times over in the Mediterranean. He's not wrong. He is not wrong.
And that's why everyone in the Mediterranean lives forever.
Yeah. Yeah, and yeah, people same in India.
Can't eat milk, can't eat gluten. Wanna know why? Because we keep marrying our fucking cousins.
Well, I've got a piece of advice for you, and I think you may have just inspired me to create a new achievement for next week, Mr. Freeze.
That's how you do it.
Don't F your cousin, man. I'm just telling you right now, don't do it.
Yeah, Woody Allen.
You know, you're sitting there and you've got these twins on your lap, and then somebody walks in and says, "Oh, you guys, I'm so happy you all have met. You're related." And it's like, how quickly can these two twins get off my lap? and then you have that question of like, what does second and third cousin, what's the difference? And when you're asking yourself that question, you've really got to look yourself in the mirror and let yourself know there are other fish in the sea.
Yes, there are.
But twins?
That sounds like a personal experience that you're regretting there, Mr. Freeze. We probably don't need to go much further into it than that.
We learn from these moments. We learn from them.
Hey, Mr. Freeze, do you live in Utah or Alabama by chance?
I do not. Why?
Okay. Well, nothing.
No, I ain't Mormon.
No, just to
I ain't Southern.
everybody in Utah looks like a clone of each other. No disrespect to the state of Utah. I'm just saying.
I've also heard that sometimes.
I shouldn't laugh at that. That's not funny.
Okay, Big D. I've been here for almost 2 hours. I really gotta go.
Oh yes, you got to get up bright and early, man. Anything you want to plug before you go, Fenrir?
Well, first of all, Ta-Nehisi Coates fucking sucks. He's a lunatic. Let's not watch this Superman crap. You want inspiration? Go look for some fucking good old comic books, either American or French. Mainly shit before the 2000s and 10s and crap like that. That's good entertainment. Go watch other movies. I just finished Young Frankenstein right now. It's pretty good. Check
out Dracula Dead and loving it.
Yes.
It's just so fun. I love when the ladies are floating and they're told to knock it off.
What's the name?
Dracula Dead and Loving It.
Okay, I'm gonna see that.
You've got Leslie Nielsen as Dracula. It's good.
Yep.
Okay.
I was always partial to Robin Hood, Men in Tights, and Spaceballs myself.
Oh my god! I can't.
Do you want to get a circumcision?
The joke. My favorite joke was
the ladies love them. I'll take 2.
My favorite joke was literally the one where they literally closed the prince's vagina with what's the name of those metallic panties? What's the name of those things?
The chastity belt.
Chastity belt, yeah.
If you're interested, Fenrir, you can look that up.
Okay then. Okay.
It's straightforward at least.
So now Sentient Dildo's got a question for you, Fenrir. Do we need to take your phone from you, or are you okay?
Are they still your ex, or are they your current again?
I am not going back to what I left behind.
Okay.
That's
all right.
Yeah. You're becoming a man, Fenrir.
Good man.
I was that age once. I said that in the beginning of the month, and by the end of the month, I failed.
Hold to it. There are other fish.
If he
Girls
can
are
resist,
like buses, wait 15 minutes, another one coming. Gucci Mane taught me that. It's one of the few lessons that he had that made sense.
If he can resist Googling blue waffle, he can resist texting his ex. I'm confident he can do this.
I am insanely happy since I left her. I'm not wasting money all the time. I'm not doing insanely phone calls. I'm pretty happy. I'm literally happy.
There you go. Don't trade that happiness. Remember that happiness.
Yes.
It's like once you find it.
The chat is very proud of you, Fenrir. Stay strong, brother. All right. Have a good night, buddy. And I hope that work isn't too rough on you and you get enough sleep, my friend.
Okay. Peace, you guys.
Take care, Fenrir.
All right. Peace, man.
Also, Mary G named her dog after a French comic.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah, definitely non-normie. Sorry. No.
Yeah.
Like Garfield, maybe. Like if you said Garfield, I'd be like, okay, sort of.
Yeah, but Asterix. Yeah. That's a compliment, by the way, Mary G. It's a compliment. Oh, God.
You lost your normie card when you start doing that. But hey, that's why you're here. That's why we love you, Mary G.
What's up? You bet, man. Oh,
dildo and those damn MGTOWs. Do not go MGTOWs right. The MGTOW, yeah. I have a video criticizing MGTOW. I got all sorts of smoke, got completely ratio. But I stand by what I said. Sometimes I rewatch, what did I say to make them so mad?
I don't know.
Other than you said they weren't women.
I mean, you basically just said they weren't 100% right.
Yeah. I conceded a lot of their points.
Yes, you
said,
did.
Hey, just don't hate women because it's not good for your health. That's it. That's basically it.
It's no different than the Kathleen Kennedys of the world that hate men.
Yeah.
It's just as toxic.
If you say that to them, they freak out. They lose it.
Well, something Nerdrotic said that, obviously not, I shouldn't say obviously, sorry, but fortunately something I don't really know about, but he said that, the AA meetings that I had no idea that they were, men only, women. Like, I didn't know that they were split. And when he explained why, I was like, okay, like everyone needs their space. And like just when I think about it myself, like let's say I wanted to go to a therapist. I don't know that I want to go to a lady, like just, she might not understand my sense of humor. So, everyone has a setting they're comfortable in. And when people are seeking health and recovery, let's respect that. And when those kind of spaces don't get respect because of a political ideology, nobody's saying you can't, have an opinion about it or write a letter to AA. That would be quite respectful and say, hey, we have some input. Like they are literally an organization that accepts letters.
There's not many of those anymore.
Right. You're not pissing in the wind. You can talk, you reach out to AA. It's a real organization. And so to know that that's where this kind of dialogue is infecting is really upsetting and sad. And I think it's that's the kind of environment where it's like, we don't want people who are going to do that to people's sensitive areas, to be like where people really need their health. Like you're not a good person if you want to do that. It doesn't matter what your reason is. Yeah. That's it.
Yeah.
Oh man.
And with something like that, couldn't you always offer all three? If you could offer men's only, women's only, and then just mixed if anyone wanted to join that, which I could see how that would cause problems, but just offer it anyway, I guess. It seemed like that.
If there's a market for it and it survives, why not? And it's like Gary says, but new characters, let's not destroy something. Let's create more. If it works, it works.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great example. Steel. Right. Okay. So you get the death of Superman, and they brought out 4 fake Superman in the wake of his death. One of them was the Man of Steel. Right. And VW, you know him better than I do, man. So lay it out.
Well, I love, and I haven't actually seen the Death of Superman animated movie, which I've wanted to.
Oh, neither have I. I'm talking about the comics.
Oh, the comics is what was the I remember Steel. It was John Henry Irons. I'm trying to remember. Was the Abdicator? What were the other ones? There was these group of 4 different Superman. Sorry, it's been a while, and they were all competing for the crown
to
of Superman, and to take the mantle of Superman after Superman's death. Oh my, got a little feedback. Sorry. All right, it should be done. But after Superman's death, you had all these different characters coming over to try to take the mantle. One of them was John Henry Irons. He was goodness. Actually, I remember the cartoon a little bit more where he was like a LexCorp guy, but really he's just a like an inventor, and he's a really big black guy. I mean, they had Shaq in a movie rendition, which didn't work out, but he's honestly a character. And I can't remember which stream this weekend I was on. We were talking about a way of rebooting him seriously. That would oh Lord, sorry about the audio. Hopefully my sound card doesn't crap the bed.
You're coming back in.
Yeah, but he's actually a character that could be rebooted seriously because you have that terrible Shaq rendition, but if you did a version of the Iron Man story where instead of being this billionaire, he's just a guy who makes $75K trying to prosumer his suit using his own ingenuity as the makeup, that would be an interesting story to tell, especially in a established Superman universe, and it would give you a character that's beloved. And honestly, that Steel movie, as hilarious as it is, it's kind of one of those so bad it's good movies. It's kind of beloved. There are people who, it's not good, but it is fun. It's very fun. It honestly is a lot more fun.
Mulligan.
Yeah, I mean that's where this is another YouTuber's thumbnail talking about that movie. I grabbed it because it's got a good lineup of the images, so you can kind of see who Steel was. Yeah,
you see how much better that comic book version is.
Yeah, the comic book version is great. Is it based off of Shaq in the comic?
No.
Okay, no. Because that would be cool if it was. I mean,
it was based off of kind of the folk tale of John Henry.
Yeah, I think
the steel driving man from the railroad days.
Yeah,
that John Henry, the folktale where he raced the machine. That's what kind of is the thought behind it.
You know what? I wonder if that's considered cancelable now because of that folktale. Now that we talk about it, who knows?
man against machine and the man. I mean, I don't know how that could be cancelable. That's a tale of human power, right?
Yeah, but for some reason, listen, I don't understand it either. It's just why you can't have any non-white mascots. You can have the Cowboys and the Fighting Irish, but you can't have the Cleveland Indians. So for some reason, that's progressive. I don't get it. And yeah, as long as he doesn't live in a van down by the river and change his outfit in the toilet, like, yeah, please have him be able. Stop making every black character like a crackhead or a crack dealer. Some of us have decent jobs. That, like, he should be making. He's an inventor and a smart guy. He should be working at like a Tesla equivalent or Intel equivalent, Microsoft equivalent.
If he works at Intel, he makes chips. He knows what he's doing.
Intel, that would be perfect. Yeah, that type of thing. Maybe Star Labs because the DC verse, whatever. But just he should be a that type of guy already. And that way you have half of the origin story. Or he knows a little bit, but he doesn't have Iron Man money. So he has to build this suit by hand. He doesn't have a machine to do it. He has to program the chips by hand. He has to use his own knowledge to kind of make up the gaps. That would be a cool story. It's still the man versus machine thing, but just a modern take on it. And that's a cool story. It's a cool universal story with a character who's black and people would like it. And again, like to go off Ripper's point, you can take a character that people don't know of or people only know from this and reboot them and people would like it.
Yeah. I mean, what was cool about this character for me, because of the 4 pretender Supermen, this is the only one I have a distinct memory of. Okay. Because I mean, I don't even remember. I don't remember when.
I remember Eradicator.
Superboy,
and the Cyborg Superman.
Yeah,
Cyborg Superman. That's the one I was looking for. It was Eradicator, Cyborg Superman. I keep getting them names mixed up.
Yeah, so this is the only one I remember, and the reason I remember this one is because his intro was so fucking cool. He's building this suit himself, and you see the hammer striking the anvil, and he's like, I mean, it was like old school blacksmith styling, as I recall, and it just that. To this day, I mean, when was the death of Superman in comics? What was that? Probably
92?
Was it 92?
Between 92, 93, or 94.
I think
that's 30 years ago?
Is it 93? It could be 93.
It's not that I know, but I think it's 93.
Wow. Okay, yeah, so it's
right.
28 years ago. Okay, and I didn't save those books. I don't know what I tried to keep them, and they got my basement flooded at my old house about a decade ago. Oh, and it killed every comic that I kept. I was so pissed.
Oh, that's terrible. But it's between 92 and 93. It started in December 92 until October 93.
And but I remember his introduction. And I don't even remember the other 3, how they introduced him. I remember him because it was so badass. And I mean, if you're going to go with the black Superman, this is your dude right fucking here. This is your dude.
And he gets to be an original character and stand on his own too. That is so huge for me. I made a video months ago around the first time I met a lot of you guys. It was about the James Bond, the Me Too, and how we don't have any strong black franchises because we have to accept these disadvantaged characters for the white woman to help us out when we take over a white male character. So we have to. That's literally it. If it's Black Panther, the sisters and the mother help him out because he sucks. He literally loses. He loses the fight with Michael B. Jordan clean. And I'm like, what? He lost clean? Michael B. Jordan should be the king in Wakanda. He lost.
Yeah.
Like, why are they cheating?
I mean, if them are the rules, man.
I didn't understand that. Like,
that made me furious. I'm like, he won. I just knew Michael B. Jordan was going to cheat to win. And he won clean. I was like, fuck me. Are you kidding?
Yeah, he didn't even cheat to win.
I just knew he was going to throw gas or just a bunch of crazy shit that he wasn't supposed to do. And it was like, oh, nope. It was Triple H and Booker T. It was a pedigree, a 10-hour wait, and then a pin. It's like, what is this?
I don't know.
I wish we could talk about, like, I don't dislike Black Panther as a movie. I accept because it's kind of par for the course for Marvel quality. Let's be honest. They're not. There's a few good movies. You have the Winter Soldier.
I would say it's right below par. You know,
Maybe.
it was sort of the sign that we weren't going to. It had some cool moments. It really did.
I think par is not that high for Marvel. Ant-Man 2, Ant-Man.
I mean,
I liked Ant-Man.
Ant-Man was enjoyable.
Was okay. It was
but
enjoyable.
it was a different direction. But when you have Iron Man to Civil War, that's
okay.
That's what you sort of expect.
Yeah, I mean,
but
Paul Rudd and Michael
Pena
5 years are fucking great. I would watch anything with those two guys in it. I mean, I guess for real.
The MCU has so much bloat to it. Like I didn't like, and first off, part of it is I know I'm in the minority. I don't like the Guardians of the Galaxy. So me not liking the Guardians of the Galaxy where everyone else does, they count that as a good movie where I'm like, oh, this is trash. So that's a huge part of it. Those movies are trash to me. But like, and I didn't really like Age of Ultron. Oh man,
Ultron was terrible. Ultron was terrible. But Josh, I would love to talk about what's going on between India and China right now. It is interesting that China has now admitted to some more of their soldiers dying with the clashes in the last month, and this is probably the biggest conflict area that we should be paying attention to geopolitically.
And we're not. Yes,
we're not.
But at the same time, Bollywood dancing around the Himalayas, man.
Stopping the border war with China. There you go, Rajesh.
Dude.
And Rajesh said that, so therefore it's not racist. There we go.
One of the
Are you making assumptions based on his YouTube name? Dude,
absolutely.
That could be Mike Doug from,
Well, he said he's Indian, so I'm just taking him at his word.
He's right outside of London, if I recall.
I could be a white guy with tan.
So what are you saying? You can't be Indian and live outside London?
Superhero.
Yeah,
you do wear a mask.
I could be Rachel Dolezal under this mask. You don't know. Or Sean King. I could be Sean King's cousin. For all we know.
Talcum X.
Talcum X. Right. I could be Talcum XXL for all we know. And I stole that from Patrice O'Neal. I totally stole that from Patrice O'Neal. But he said Malcolm XXL, something like that. Some Talcum XXL. Yeah, he's a British Indian. So Rajesh,
there you go.
It's clean above the belt as far as their rules go.
One of the best fight movies or fight scenes I've ever seen, dude. One of the best. Well, in a colonialized way, I guess. But
I'm just being rude.
But one of the best fight scenes I've ever seen in a movie. It's this Bollywood movie where it's a bunch of bodybuilders like in the gym with the weights and everything, and this massive fight breaks out, and it's dozens of guys, fighting in this giant like free weight room, and they're all wearing like Hulk Hogan-esque shorts,
leotards.
Yeah, and it's just dude, it's so good though.
I mean, those in like WWE where they have those like I think it's King of the Ring, where they basically have 31 wrestlers.
Oh, Royal Rumble. That's the Royal Rumble.
Royal Rumble. Yeah. Yes. Thank you. Of course, Vigilante. Thank you. I mean, we've got like 25 wrestlers. Each one of them is just rocking it. Like, I know it's not real. It's the best. And,
it's the most awesome thing they do all year.
We've got to get this movie. We've got to get this movie.
Yeah. And and my Nick Cage confirmed, I'm tired of this motherfucking wokeness and all these motherfucking movies. That's what I'm tired of.
Best fight scene was Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
That's an underrated movie.
It is. I gotta tell you though, I remember my dad hated Crouching Tiger, and the reason he hated it is he and I all, while I was growing up, we trained in martial arts, and he hated movies like that because he felt like it was making light of the dedication and the time and the training that he put in over the years, in order to earn his black belt. And then he sees this ridiculous, like walking around on top of the bamboo and flying and all. And he found it insulting because he had spent so many years earning his way to, being, considered somebody who was at least reasonably competent in martial arts, and then to have that
it's a
going
very
around.
Serious
but
culture.
Then did he think of Chow Yun-fat? Chow Yun-fat trained for years. Maybe not the two other women who were in it, the young protege and the older matron, who obviously were supposed to be as well trained. But Chow Yun is a martial artist is in his own field.
Mm-hmm.
And
I haven't seen that one in a while. I need to check that one out. That was a kind of mind blowing when I was young. I mean, the way the effect. I mean, we kind of underrate visual.
I liked
effects,
it, and I did the training.
It was such a pretty film to watch.
Yeah,
like
it was.
That was more what the importance of it was. It was a spectacle prior to the spectacle of these last few years.
Yeah,
and it was well formed. It was well written. It had characters that were interesting, especially the idea that you could have a female character that didn't understand, the young one, the one full of piss and vinegar and who didn't understand the ways of the world yet, and the older female character who understands far too well, and Chow himself, who plays a man at peace. And I mean I'm missing some of the, because it's been a while since I've seen it too.
Yeah, that's one worth rewatching.
It's got such an interesting. It's got an interesting story in it, and I think that's one of the reasons. That's one of the reasons that come on, get him, the director whose production company was the main reason that it was. Come on.
Is it Ang Lee? Is that the guy's name?
Was it Ang Lee?
No, it was Reservoir Dogs. It was Inglourious Bastards. Yes, Tarantino brought that over. That was one of his.
I didn't know.
Really?
Tarantino did
yes.
that.
Well, I gotta look this up.
If that's true, I can believe it, because there was something about that movie that, like, the visual stood out to me more than the content.
Yeah.
All right, I got to see if
it was directed
this has got
by Ang
Tarantino's
Lee,
name. Mm-hmm.
because he was in it, but it was the releasing it in the West.
Okay, so he was responsible for the release in the West.
Okay, so he was like a distributor on it?
Thing like that. Now I'm looking for it.
Okay. Well, no, I was not aware that was a Tarantino thing that made that happen.
I didn't either.
It was part of his. It was part of his, or at least this is what I'm remembering. It was part of his. Liked it so much he wanted to get it more. He wanted to get it more spread. Wanted to give it more exposure.
Yeah. Okay. And Sentient Dildo's saying that it was the same choreographer as The Matrix, which I completely believe.
Yes.
Those two, the choreography was very similar between those movies.
And honestly, that was when those movies came out, late 90s and early 2000s, those were like mind-blowing movies. They left a very impactful spot in my brain, because it was like, we take for granted the CG now, and a lot of times it still looks bad, even though it's all, advanced. But just having the visuals of the way those scenes look was so new. And really, even since then, you don't really see stuff like that. And the fighting choreography has gotten worse, and it just is gone in a different direction. Not all the way around, because you do have some good scenes, but it's gotten really cheap and really CG heavy.
Yeah, I mean, when you don't have amazing CG to rely on, you're more inventive, and what you do practically, it tends to have more effort in it. And a lot of times, I mean, you think back to, let's think about the OT for Star Wars, right? So they didn't have, massive CG to make that happen. We're talking the original 77, 80, and 83 releases here, obviously, right? So everything, they're relying on practical effects for the most part. And a lot of it looked fucking good. Okay. I mean, even today, you look back at that and it still looks good because the practical effects were done so well.
Looks better than
I might need to correct myself. I'm looking, the most information I can find on it connecting is that if you guys remember the movie with, the movie was called Hero, because this is definitely one that Quentin Tarantino publicized over here.
Okay.
Jet Li was in that movie, and that was one that Quentin Tarantino was was producing for wide release, but I cannot find him being responsible because it seemed for.
Okay. Well, hey, it's been a lot of years, man. We will forgive you having a memory blending a couple films across from each other, man. It happens to the best of us.
It's almost like it's almost like he is touting Aang's production of Crouching Tiger, and that the two movies similarities may have landed them kind of the idea that Hero was riding on Crouching Tiger's coattails.
Yeah, was that another Chow Yun-Fat movie? Am I remembering right? Hero, was that him
Hero,
too?
No, Hero was Jet Li.
Okay.
And several other Chinese actors, including, the guy who was in Rogue One. He was one of the
Diego Luna.
Who was. No, not Diego Luna. The guy who played The Force is with me and I'm with the Force.
Yeah, I know. I can't remember the actor's name, but I know who you're talking about.
He was one of the actors.
The blind guy.
Yes.
Is it weird that
Rogue One
guy was my favorite guy of that movie?
He was the best actor in the movie.
Weird at all.
Awesome.
Thank you. Just checking. Just checking.
Not weird at all.
Have you guys seen Letterkenny at all? I know I talk about it.
I have not.
So there's this character, Squirrely Dan. He's a comedian in Canada. And there's this scene where he's talking to his two fellers. And he's like, it's a kiss and tell kind of thing. And he's talking about, like, you fellers ever get pleasure in around your buttholes? And, like, his two friends, like, they're small town Canadian guys. And, like, they're just throwing the ball around. They just turn and just start tossing the ball between the two of them, just completely ignoring that guy. So, like, when I watched Rogue One, I had a lot of mixed feelings because there are parts I loved and there are parts I was just like, this is everything that's wrong with Disney Star Wars. And I couldn't tell with that guy. I was like, is this emptiness? Is this a guy just like saying things that make me like it? Like, or is this like good to the story? And so I had no idea. I didn't know if it was just fingers up the butt and I was the only one and I'm squirrely, or if this is,
yes, Mr. Freeze, you are the only one with fingers up the butt on the stream right now.
Yeah, something I wouldn't have thought that in any other stream the analogy would but like that analogy would seem crazy if we didn't talk about two girls in one cup and blue waffles and all other stuff we talked about this stream. It's not just it's part for the course of this stream the way it's turned out. And again, how much have we talked about the JJ thing? We can't care less. So my point just keeps proving itself.
Yeah,
JJ was the worst. I tried warning people with Lost. I was a dick to all my friends. They wanted to they had watch parties, like every Sunday night.
Lost was a huge thing.
Yeah. And I hated it. I gave the first season a shot and I couldn't do it. And I wrote down in a little envelope and I said, they're all dead. This is fucking pointless. And I sealed it and I gave it to my buddy. And then we opened it after the end of season 7 and they had an argument.
Yeah.
So JJ has ruined so much and
and that was his thing that he ruined.
Yeah, it was his own thing.
That was his. I don't
recall JJ ruining it as much as and now his name's gonna fucking leave me again.
Lindelof?
The two guys who Lindelof and another guy who was in the writing crew that were there all the way through it, fucking it up all the way. Lindelof and
I don't remember
Mystery Box crap. 100%.
Yes, it was because they followed in JJ's pattern. JJ started them off and said, "You guys go finish that."
Well, it's this kind of social climbing through your industry.
Yeah.
And I've seen it in politics in both parties. And apparently it's a thing in Hollywood where you can produce content regardless of its quality, but because you can position yourself effectively, you just dominate the airwaves. And I'm not talking about the former President Trump. I'm not talking about him. I'm just talking about people who just work in politics.
Oh, yeah. I know what you're saying.
I'm talking about people who are in their 20s and in their 30s who could give a fuck about anything and are in it for themselves. And they're just effective at promoting themselves. And
yeah, I knew a few people like that I used to work with because when I was in my late 20s and early 30s, I was very politically active and even employed like you were, Mr. Freeze. And there's a number of people that I used to work with back then who are, now elected Congress people, and they're exactly the type of person you are talking about. I saw that that's where they were going to be when I was working with them back in the day. And it was just what you said. They were in it for self-advancement and nothing else. A lot of them talked a good game.
Well, like And our system is set up that we can handle a lot of that. Like competing interests was what the founders liked. They're like, let's just have enough competing interests that none of them can dominate. And clearly it doesn't always work, but selfishness is an interest, and it's not bad for the system if we're all a little bit selfish.
You need a certain amount.
That's real good.
Yeah,
we've got to act in our economic best interest and our moral best interest, but this kind of competition should be workable in politics, but it's clearly not in Hollywood, where where it's winner takes all, where there's no accountability. Like, at least you can run for office in someone's district. Like, you might not win, but you can go to people's houses and talk to them and, piss people off if you want, or agree with them and get them to like you. Like, you can play the game. You can't do that in Hollywood because it's too cutthroat. And people like me who left politics, like I don't want to go. Like, there's nothing I'd want more than nothing I want less than having to deal with people like knowing my shit when it comes to politics. Like, I love it when people know my shit when it comes to Lord of the Rings. Like, you should know my shit when it comes. Yeah. Like, I want you to know my shit when it comes to history, because that's what I care about. But we need entertainment. We need our fun, stories are part of our culture. They reflect our yearnings, and they reflect our struggles. Like, so many people this year struggled, and I felt really like obnoxious because I finally got a job I wanted, where my bosses are amazing. Like, everyone's like kind of like,
congrats.
Thank you, man. Like, this past year was amazing. And they're like, my first day, they're like, can you work from home? And I was like, I have a job. So yeah. Like, I had been applying for work for a year since graduate school from home. So this won't be that different, except I'll be making money. So 100%. And we did it. And even though there are struggles
about success, man, because there's no guarantee of it.
No, but like, I feel bad for my like I have sympathy and I have empathy, and I know what I know what 2019 was for me, and it was rough. Yeah. And the people, like, all of a sudden people lost their jobs, like millions of folks, and I was out of work for a year, and like, I'm resilient, but it's it's rough, and everyone has those days. And so
dude.
Like, and then I'm trying to like watch Star Trek and Star Wars and get my entertainment in, and I can't. And that's why I give money to Gary.
Yeah, dude. Yes.
You can't even say, oh, you know what? I'm going to turn this off and turn on ESPN and watch some sports. Nope. You can't go there.
Fucking there too.
Fucking there too. Yeah.
You can't go
anywhere. And I went back to comics. Yeah. Like,
and it was
grad school
there too.
Yeah. No, well, I went back to grad school in 2016. We won a political race in New Jersey. Nice time. Bipartisan. Good stuff. And I was like, I'm getting out of politics just the right time. I'm going to get an education again. Going to be around women in college. Like, life is going to be great. Everything was everything.
Did you guys notice the one he put the most emphasis on, and this one that he seemed to be looking forward to more than any of the others?
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't meet people from home, like work from home. But you got to go to class. Yeah. You're like, oh, where are you going to sit today? Next to the pretty girl. I think how this goes.
I imagine for a single man that would be a very, very good part about going to school again.
Roller coaster. It's a roller coaster.
Especially after a year, with all the lockdown bullshit and the staying in and what have you. It's like, dude, I think I want to go back to grad school, just because I need to meet pretty girls, right? That's what you're going to do, isn't it?
I mean, I'm sorry. I just did that. Yes. I got 2 degrees and extended my stay because there are enough pretty people in New England. But I mean, I needed brief entertainment while I was, plowing through the books. Um,
I don't think that's what you were plowing through.
You
We
were
all get it,
plowing
'cause
through
we would
books. I can tell.
I wish I could.
Yeah.
I wish I could plow through the same.
I still have some of them over there.
I wish I could plow through the same.
Perfect
open book you
condition.
did.
Yeah, you never opened them, did you? Yeah.
My grades were great for the first time in my life, but
wonder
I needed
your loan debt
I-
is so high.
No,
plowing through the books. The books. I was
books, yeah.
plowing through the books. Yeah, that's
Ace
what I was
plowing
through.
through the books.
Hey, I hope
There
there's
was
no
a lot
little aces out there. You end up in a Battinson situation.
there were hopefully no aces. Hopefully no aces.
Oh, little aces.
No jokers, no aces.
There are
No
jokers,
deuces.
no jacks, no kings, no queens.
but seriously, like you're in grad school, you need something to like enjoy. Like just take a break. Like you don't want to read. What's this textbook? Business Intelligence: A Managerial Perspective on Analytics. All right, like
That sounds like a page turner.
page turner. Yeah, bro. So reading Batman and reading Robin, Dick Grayson. Yeah, 2016 until 2017, until Batman got cucked at his wedding. I was reading comics, and I was listening to people like Emergency Awesome on YouTube because I was having fun. I was in this like happy-go-lucky, everything is nice.
You sweet
I
summer
remember that
child.
period too, man.
You
Yeah.
sweet summer child.
I remember watching Emergency Awesome, Comic Storian, and all these fun, what was it, Nerd Sync, all these happy-go-lucky comics channels and nerd channels.
Not
And
a care
everything
in
was
the world.
grand. Between like 2014 and 2016. I watched that all the time.
Yeah, and 2017 happened. And oh boy, it was like January 2017, something happened. I don't know. And so
it's pretty weird.
and it was rough. I remember I actually went down to like election night. I went down to New Jersey just to see what was what. We had a great time. And then I got an email like at 3 a.m. saying that like if I didn't want to go to school the next day, it was okay. If I was like emotionally upset,
The fuck?
right? Yeah, I know. I had already driven back from like 4 a.m. to 7 a.m. back to Massachusetts to get to class at 8 because I care about my life. And like there are undergraduates who are not going to class. I'm like, no, you have no idea. And like I literally just worked in this, and I'm in school because you have to like focus on yourself. Like you're an individual, you can always make improvements in your life. And like, what are you doing having a cry? Like, why are you crying?
Do you need a cuddle?
America
If we
is
only
still
knew
here.
what that was going to happen. Like
America
I had
is still
no
here.
idea. I had no
I had
idea
no
that was that impactful. I had no idea. It's
Zero
still,
clue.
I still
didn't
get
expect it.
shocked. I still get shocked at the reaction because it's like, man, I've never like the president even has not been the most important thing in my life ever at any point. And it still is not. It still is not. Even with Biden, I can crack jokes about him. I do not like him, but it's not going to destroy my life. It was amazing, especially when I encountered it in real life, because like I would see it on the internet. No, this is just the internet. Whatever, bunch of
Internet
dweebs
is
on
just
AOL.
a reflection of us.
I had no idea. And then I tell the story about trying to watch WrestleMania at a party at a bar, and this cute chick went super woke and just berated me for not voting in 2016. This was 2 years after the fact, by the way. This isn't like right after. This is the 2018 WrestleMania, and I am getting berated by this. And to be fair, she was a black chick, and I'm I joke, but I am black, so I was a disgrace to my race for not voting for this white woman.
Wow.
Even though later on in the conversation she talks about how much she hates white men and white women, and I'm thinking, you just called me a disgrace to my race for not voting in an election between a white man and a white woman, and you don't even like white people, but you want me to vote. What is going on? And I'm like, I just want to watch this thing. I switched seats. It went on 10 to 15 minutes. There are people laughing at me watching this happen. Like my actual friends, they're just laughing and dying at this. And I'm sure to them it was hilarious, especially when I moved seats. I mean, that really got a pop from the crowd when I moved seats.
Mm-hmm.
But she didn't stop. It took her a good 10
even
minutes.
when you left.
I
got up and moved.
I didn't get far enough because I didn't want to be too noticeable that I did it, because I'm just trying to. I don't want to. You know what I mean? You don't want to.
Disco lady.
Because if I'm too noticeable, she's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Oh." So, but
Get the fuck
eventually,
away from
3
me,
or 4
bitch.
minutes after I switched seats, She finally stopped. And I'm like, whoa. I thought this was just Reddit. This is real life now. What's happening?
Yeah.
Dude, when I was in college,
just Reddit. Yeah.
Back in like 2011, I was in a bar and I was, second floor and talking to these two girls who, they seem nice. And it turns out we're the same year at the same school. And I was like, oh, I've never seen you around before. And they're like, yeah, we're gender studies. And like the tone that they said that, and Ray started drinking. I was like, yeah, that's why I've never seen you before. This like,
you two enjoy each other. I'm out.
Yeah, no, like I've had women
Robert, I'm not part
of
it.
90 degrees and not talk to me because they didn't like what I was saying, and I respect that about women. Like not to sound like a dog, but that just makes me like you more. Like, oh shit, you know what you like, and you're gonna act on it. Well, like great, but there's something about this attitude that just got really bad. And you said like 2 years later. And that bugs me so much because people failed to move on with their lives. And that's why our entertainment got so bad. Because people couldn't stop focusing on what was on their TV and they had to go and put it in our movies. Mm-hmm. It's like that thing where like every movie has that scene where it's like you're seeing it through the media. It's like they've hired Rachel Maddow, they've hired somebody from Fox or somebody from CNN to like be the ANN, TV person. And it's like, why are you doing this? Like, just so we can relate to you and it's like have these experiences that we have. Like, no, we don't all sit around fucking CNN and commiserate because we don't all think the same. And most of us want to live our lives to the fullest. And then when we're tired and our feet hurt, want to watch good entertainment. And
yes, please.
And not to plug you, but I'm going to plug you. Like I came to Gary because I was watching YouTube and the positivity around my comics was bad. And Gary was honest and his cultural commentary has been 100% great. And then we get to these member streams and I was like, I got to check this out because I actually wanted to say shit to this guy. And then I meet you. And I come on and I have more fun on your streams here than I do in any member stream or anywhere else because like fucking Fenrir and the internet from 15 years ago. Like, dude, like you are so lucky this wasn't your generation. Things got better clearly that you didn't see this as a kid.
And this guy here, man, Sentient Dildo, this guy, holy shit, is he funny. Oh my God.
Croatia is the free world,
dude. Yeah, and MT. I mean, like for real, man. You guys in the chat are really like no shit. Like, I mean, you guys make these shows happen. I mean, 100%. Mr. Freeze is joining the panels now. We're going to be doing a couple other streams. We've known each other from member streams through Gary and a few other ways interacting. But this is how we've all met and come together and become friends is because we've got this common thing that Mr. Freeze was just talking about. It's that I just want to be fucking entertained. That's what I want, right? I want to be able to sit down. I want to kick my feet up. I want to throw on a fucking Superman movie or Superman show. And I just want to say, you know what? I'm a fucking Superman. And I want to just smile. And I want to just be able to enjoy myself, right? It doesn't have to be fucking War and Peace. I just want to have something, I don't need Citizen Kane. I just need something that'll make me laugh and smile. Give me a little warm feeling in the cockles of my heart. That's all I'm after, for God's sake. That's it.
TV used to be like that. You'd want to come home and see like, yeah, it's Thursday night. I know it's on Thursday night, versus Monday night where it's like, oh, I have to wait until 9 for my show. There used to be this like routines where we enjoyed our entertainment because we just did. And like you could be a kid coming home from school, you could be a parent coming home from work, you could be a single person having a night off, just like I have a couple of those, and you know what? Like I'm sick and tired of having to click through. Like I didn't mind scrolling through the channels. Like there were a lot of them, but there was content. Now I'm like going through apps of channels. Whoa.
Yeah.
Cool. That's
all right, guys. Hey, it is pushing. We're about 10 to 8 here Central Time. So I think it's about time to wrap up. So while we're rolling around, though, man, V-Dub, give me some final thoughts. Anything you want to plug? Oh, shit.
What happened?
Wrong button.
I'm still here. I was like, oh, no. The
Wrong
Illuminati got me.
Don't do that. He hasn't
Robert
been
thinks I'm
that
Illuminati.
bad.
The Illuminati got me.
I was
Okay,
trying to do this.
okay. Well, now that I'm back from the dead, please, I'm at 2. I keep hitting these because YouTube is an evil mistress. And I keep hitting these numbers and then losing because if you subscribe, you have to watch a video. I guess that's their new gimmick because they hate this sort of growth that I've had. And I appreciate Jake D, Draco, and Ace Mr. Freeze, and Fenrir, and everyone else because I just, these streams have been so much fun the past few months. And it's been my entertainment to do these streams, to watch these streams. I don't care how woke they get, you know what I mean? You can destroy all of civilization, all of culture. You're already doing that, whatever. But as long as this exists, I'll be happy. So actually, since I am mod, let me go ahead and toss my own channel in the because gotta plug. Please, I'm this close to 300, which is crazy for me to be this close to 300. I have 279, I believe. If all 14 of you subbed, I would be like at 290 something, and I would be close to like 293. I'll be really close to to 300. And yeah, maybe Robert's right. Maybe 480 chess. Maybe the Illuminati tried to fake cancel me to throw off suspicion. You have to watch the channel to see. I do a show with Matt on Fireball that alternates between his channel and my channel. I do a show on Thursday, the Vigilante Winston show. I do a show on Saturday. That's Vigilante Winston, the Brave and the Bold. And I do pop-up shows on Mondays and Tuesdays when I have time. I don't always have time. And I may do other videos on other topics. I hope I'm not a deep state agent. I hope I'm not. You know what I mean? I could be some sleeper cell, and I'm like, I'm not a deep state. And all of a sudden, I'm like, ugh.
Oh,
so yeah, hey, you know what?
VW FBI confirmed.
It goes from VW to Vince McMahon to the CIA.
There we go. So I could be a deep state agent and not know it. There we go. It could be a born identity situation. This is why you have to hang out on the Vigilante Wilson channel to find out. Please sub over there. And usually I wear a mask, but I didn't do the mask thing. I just did the icon thing, which the logo, which is brand new. Shout out to Mando Merc who did the logo. So yeah, please, if you can sub, hey, I appreciate it. If you can sub twice, that would be even more nice.
Sub early, sub often.
Yeah, and apparently you have to check out a video.
Subbed, actually, so I just subbed again.
There you go. Yeah, you can get unsubbed very easily because YouTube is that. And VW Ultra. That sounds cool. I'm not an MK Ultra guy, but I'm glad that people know about it because, that's another thing that happened with our entertainment. That's been happening for a long time, that a lot of these guys, like, these are jokes, but that thing is real. That a lot of our celebrities have been subjected to a brainwashing program. But that's neither here nor there. You actually will hear some Exozone stuff on my channel as well. So like I joke about it, but it is a real thing. It's much big joke. Yeah. That would be cool. Wouldn't that be cool if I was? God, you guys are making me so cool. It's like I'm this secret agent. I'm doing Cox Disney. Hey, he did have me on that what was it? The what show was it? It was the New Year's Eve show. He let a lot of fans on, and I was one of them. Maybe I was just another fan. Maybe
you got on that? Right.
Yeah, it was really cool. I can't believe I made it on there. He just let a bunch of that night. He didn't put the link in the chat, but he said if you DM me on Twitter, I'll send you the link. And he sent me the link, and I hopped on.
Nice. I saw that was going down. I checked into that for a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, Small Time's got a good point.
Yeah, just don't spend time on Twitter.
Hey, just in case, you guys should watch. If I start freaking out, you guys should let me know because you never know. It was just a 4chan troll. It's a mystery. The mystery of Vigilante Williamson is half the fun. That's the thing. So I'll shut up and stop plugging myself.
All right, Draco. Final thoughts. Anything you want to plug, my friend?
Really? Yeah. We've had, this was one of the things I was dreading discussing. The best part of today was actually the fun that we had. I mean, that was one of the best reasons to be here because this is one of the best reasons that I come and spend time here with you guys is that at least we get to hang out and poking fun at things is always better than just being dissatisfied with the way things go bad. And that's started right off with the Battinson, the Bat Pat, and getting the cat with kitten or whatever you want to call it, because we're wanting to have fun. And a lot of times when I spend time thinking about this, and this is where I was before we started having so much fun, it is the negativity that sort of rules me, because I'm thinking about, well, this happened and this happened and this happened. But you get to spend time with Jake D and Fenrir and that poor boy, what you put him through, just because he cannot take a no.
Yeah.
But yes, and everybody in the chat, everybody that keeps coming back, and a bunch of new faces tonight that I had not seen before. It is excellent to spend time with all you people who love the entertainment that Jake D is putting out. And as long as he keeps inviting me back, I just love spending time with Lord Thoth. And now Ace Mr. Freeze, brand new guest to the channel tonight. Excellent. I don't know. I'm not making any new content lately, but
let's get to Draco to 50 subs anyway. He's this close.
We need to push him to make content.
I need something to positively ring out. And I keep thinking, well, I could make something about that, but you know what? Jake D is talking about, well, I need to talk about stuff. Well, V-Dub's got the hot takes.
No, you talk about what Draco needs to talk about, because I'm just a guy who Gary talks about that. Just because someone else talked about it doesn't mean you've talked about it.
Not that many people talk about the adult side of being interested in Legos and shit and modeling.
More than you'd think.
Spacecraft and shit like that.
Yeah, that's a huge thing. But that's still fun.
It's just like on this stream, man.
It's fun. At least it's fun.
People came here for the pop culture hot takes on Battinson. They stayed for the blue waffles and the 2 girls 1 cup. That's what you got to do. Be real. Throw it out there.
You can always find me on karaoke streams with a couple of my friends on Saturday nights if I'm not staying up too late because I got things to do on Sunday morning. But otherwise, Jake D, it's been excellent spending time with you, man. Vigilante, excellent, man. Mr. Freeze, I hope to see you more. And everybody that's already signed off, I love spending time with you guys on Sunday. Even when I'm in the shake my head mode, it's always like, oh, you guys, you're so nuts.
All right. Mr. Freeze, Ace, final thoughts? Anything you want to plug, my friend?
Well, absolutely. This has been just a riot. I was a little nervous actually because I've had so much fun in the chat. I didn't know what it would be like not being in the chat, but it's exactly the same and it's awesome. So what I'd like to plug is that, based on Gary's suggestion, I'm going to put out some content, and I'm just going to, I'm not doing it to gain followings. I don't care if people, subscribe or I don't plan on ever getting any money from this or whatever, but I like reading books and I like having a reason to read books, and I have a book club. And right now we're reading On War by General von Clausewitz. And let me just give you a one-line quote. It says, "In short, even the most civilized nations may burn with passionate hatred of each other." And I like books that try to give us hard truths, even if they're not always true, even if they're false, even if they are true. But learning about this kind of stuff is fun, and there are just concepts that we can put to our lives. So I'm going to read about things like On War. I'm also going to have some more fun and talk about Space Crime Domino by Kai MFS. And right, exactly. Just whatever comes our way, I'm just going to read a book, tell you my thoughts on it. And I really look forward to spending more time with all the friends here, because you guys have just been a great part of this online community. And let's keep doing it. It's solid. And I look forward to Tuesday night so much when we're talking about The Great Escapists.
Yes. Oh, that's going to be a good time. Absolutely. Oh, Ace, thank you for coming. V-Dubs, as always.
Robert, you're great. Is Nora still alive, Ace, Mr. Freeze, or is she gone? That's what Robert wants to know. Nora Freeze? Yeah, I don't think called.
I know exactly what you're talking about. It's with a heavy heart that I inform you that we've lost Nora.
No.
And one of the reasons that I am committed to being online is to share the fucking coldness that I have for those kind of losses. No, I mean, that was Mr. Freeze's heart is one of my favorite aspects of Batman. And his dog Ace is one of my favorite aspects of Batman. And that's in my
bad dog.
Right, and as long as my initials are in their names, I'm going to stay with it. But
Okay.
but that's the kind of character I just loved in the animated series. I mean, they go 100, 200 years into the future, and Mr. Freeze is still there, and he's made the world terrible because he lost the love of his life. Toxic.
Doesn't she leave him? Like they fix her and then she leaves him?
Yeah.
Which is
Yeah.
awesome.
So right, there are two stories with Nora. One is that she dies, and one is that he succeeds in bringing her back, and she leaves him. And it's not that I like sad stories, but it's sadness that you can, that you can really appreciate the happiness. He freezes his waffles.
Only the blue ones, Anthroparian.
Well, I guess her
Only
waffles probably
ones.
were blue at that point, but they get back to
and he didn't care. He didn't care. I mean, that's exactly the storyline that brought me into comics, and I found out easily that Gary did not like it when you use your real name, or at least your full name in the chat.
Yeah, that's wise. That is wise advice not to do that.
He doesn't like it when you dox yourself, but I'm not working in politics anymore, so I give a fuck.
Yeah, but
It might always come back to bite you later. It's the best.
You never
I
know.
hope
We
it
do live in a
does.
world of cancel culture now. So.
we
I hope
absolutely
it does, because I would love the opportunity to fight back against cancel culture.
Be nice.
Okay.
It would be nice, and I can do it. I'm very good at arguing.
All right. Well, by God, thank you everybody for coming in tonight. Ace, Mr. Freeze, you have been a wonderful guest, particularly for your first time on a stream out to the public, although you've been on a bunch of these in the more private, unlisted fashion over the years. Vigilante Williamson, my brother who's in the South, but from the Midwest. By God, it is always good having a culture crime fighter on with us. And Draco Argentis, my friend, one of the very, very first guests we ever had on the channel. And by God, I am so glad to have you here each and every week. It has been an absolutely fun blast of a time tonight. I have just enjoyed every minute of this stream, guys. And to you in the chat, I mean, thank you so much for being here. You guys really are what makes this such an exciting environment to be in, because without you guys in the chat, we'd just be four assholes talking to each other, blowing off steam here. But having the fully interactive entertainment piece, man, it is as much fun for us as I hope that it is for y'all. We coming up on the channel this week, we have on Tuesday at 9:00 Central Time, we are going to be doing a review, Mr. Freeze and I, of The Great Escapists, which stars Richard Hammond of Top Gear fame and Tori Belleci of Mythbusters fame. It's a lot of fun. If y'all haven't seen that show yet, strongly encourage you check it out. You got plenty of time between now and Tuesday evening to find out what it's all about. It's a lot of fun, and you won't regret it, and we're going to tell you all about it on Tuesday. Other than that, hey, if there's anybody in the chat who is a fan of the Expeditionary Force novels by Craig Allenson, Just Another Redshirt and I are going to start reviewing those. I think the first one is going to come up probably next week. Could very well be Tuesday. We'll see. Other than that, thank you. Thanks for coming in, and we will see you on the next stream.
Yeah, see you in the Inquisition chats if that.
Yes, if it ever shows up. Yeah.
Take care, guys.
All right, peace.